Welcome everybody to Dungeons and Dragons. When last we left our heroes, we were on top of a mountain in a snowy drift, while floating above it in your airship that works in what you are suspecting is the prime material plane. Our resident rogue Tiefling has looked around and has determined or ascertained that your location is somewhere north inside the Nuledza Crags, which are the mountain range that runs north and south of Nuledza. So, am I missing anything? Was there anything? You found your way back through the portal. Many other adventures, finding Mordenkainen, who was looking for the gate city. But what are your characters doing?
How far are we from Ithon?
I don't have a place to go.
Yeah. No, because if you still have a drug, you have to drop it off. It's only been like a day or so.
Are we closer to your parents?
We don't even know.
No, we only did one long rest, so that's all my character knows. We only slept once, so it was one day.
I imagine we're very hungry.
So you want to go back to iPhone?
No, we have to drop off.
Well, in your airship, you hear a baby crying.
Who had the stowaway?
The baby. Oh,
It's the orc baby, right?
Yeah, I thought we did the orc baby.
He's like, yeah, about that.
Yes.
I got it back.
The orc baby is making its way north through the snow.
Oh yeah, we did mark off the portal with the swords.
We did.
The black swords.
Yeah,
On three sides.
that happened.
We're just making sure we know where it is. We look for black swords in the mountain.
With the arrow out of the swords. It's like, here, it's here.
Just in case we need to retreat back.
24 times 22.
So it's only been 2 days, right?
24 times 22. 24
So in
times.
case we run into our old selves, he's like,
He's
somebody's gotta go to the
calculating
portal.
how many years it's
Yeah.
been.
I know, it's only been 2 days. What are you talking about? What you talking years?
Everyone you know is dead.
It's 2 days.
Or doesn't
Oh
exist
wait,
yet.
technically they were already dead. America.
Wow.
Well, everyone you know is alive.
So
So,
should we head to Ithon first then? We just need to drop off the drugs. We have the drugs.
I think we're a far ways away. I think we should explore where we are.
Let's see, how far is that?
How fast does our airship go?
you have not flown it through the air
Who's
yet.
flying it?
I think
You're
I'm still.
Yeah.
So,
Right now, yeah.
yes, Evendur, you move to the control panel to try to control it with your mind, and realize that as you reach out with your mind, there's no connection to the vessel.
It only works in the ash.
You're not in the
However, you are held aloft by a large circle of flaming and air elemental that is circling the entire airship. The sails themselves are there and they have deployed.
So we gotta actually sail them now. Sail a ship.
Oh, perfect. You know how to sail a ship, right?
He knows how to row.
Oh, true.
I don't know about sailing. I imagine that was also a class that you took in college.
An elective credit, the Yacht Club, young yacht owners at Fritz, the city of Watu.
So he knows how to sail a ship.
We all
Not a thing for us to
Oh,
know.
I'm from the north. I might know something.
You are indeed from
I'm
a
from
coastal
the coastal
city.
city. Yeah, coastal city.
Roll
into
Anything
knowledge.
that you feel like you
a
Just roll something.
Right as your mouth.
history check.
Okay.
A history check?
History check.
Okay. I guess we should
What's
all
that
make a roll then.
I'll say you and Demitri can make them, and maybe Riven, because of one thing that happened
14?
in the past. 14.
No.
I got 10.
Everyone's got ideas of how to run this thing. Evendur has seen people sail ships before, but those were always in water. So while this is a little different than that, you are assuming that the control panel, which is not lighting up or anything, is not going to be the way to do it. It would have to be controlled from the helm that is on the top deck. Would you like to go up
Sure.
and try moving things?
Sure.
I wanna go up with him.
Alright. Which way you all want to go?
See if I can help sail or whatever. Not into the mountain, that's all.
Do we know how? What if we buy a ship next to town? Would people attack us?
So,
Good question.
the last Great War was kind of where the innovation of the airships came into play. They started being created and were used for military excursions by the kingdom, and the technology, for lack of a better word, was also being used by the free cities by the end of it. So there is some use of it, or there was at the time that you had, last left, but it was mostly controlled by military personnel.
So airships are a known thing?
They are a known thing. They are a rare thing, but they are a known thing.
Okay.
So what's the most
Like
non-hostile way we can say, we're flying here, we're not going to attack?
Benjen, well, he would be someone who did serve in the military, would not know. He never served under the banner of the Air Corps.
Can I take my carpet
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yes, you can.
Just to make a carpet of flag.
and that's awesome.
A fitting flag for the ship.
And I just want to race the ship. I want to see if I can go faster than the ship.
Excellent. So, while you are there, the airship is staying in the same spot above you.
And she beats it.
And she does, it's not going
Come on,
anywhere.
Evendur. You figure out how to tell these things.
So I'm going to raise the sails and see how fast we start moving.
Okay, so the rope, the rigging that's up with where the sails are, you release them so that it goes to more of a full sail, so it picks up the wind, and the airship starts going slowly at first, but at the high altitude that you are, with the amount of wind that is moving through the air, and it's a brisk breeze because of how
I feel
cold
like
it
they're gonna leave me, and I'm not gonna be able to get caught up.
Later.
And Riven goes on her own journey. Yeah.
Flying alongside the ship, it gets to the point where the airship is picking up speed and is now moving faster than Riven can
I think you should get on the ship.
keep up with it. Right.
Good call. Good call. If there's an opportunity for me to get back on the ship before it passes me, I'd like to.
Certainly, yeah. I would imagine.
I investigate for something that controls the pitch.
Yes,
Because
yes, you
if
may.
we don't, then we're going to be in trouble.
We're just
You can roll with advantage as Evendur is trying to steer it. He's mostly standing there holding the wheel. He hasn't tried to actually turn the wheel at all yet.
Okay.
He feels very captain-like.
Investigation.
What'd you roll?
13 plus 0.
13.
Hey, come take the wheel. I'll take a look for it.
How do you know what I'm looking for?
Well, so you did it with advantage. It's you're there and
3 and
you're
13.
trying things.
What are you
and,
looking for?
I wouldn't know how to explain it.
It is the up downer. I don't know. Yeah, no. So
I asked Gizmo to explain it. Say, you know what I'm looking for. You tell him.
I think that he is looking for a circular shape. Standing there looking at the wheel.
Exactly.
Not help me at all.
So you're there and you begin looking at the wheel. Evendur, you are there. How do you want to test it out? What do you want to do with the wheel?
Oh, I could take it from him if he's
Oh,
going to give it.
Oh, I should probably move the body to that where the bottom helm is. I'll move the
Below
body.
deck.
Yeah, below deck. In the bottom helm, there's the.
Solid strategy.
Yeah.
Call.
Martha
Yeah.
takes her time dragging the body below deck.
I'm gonna take a slow bank to the left.
All
Just a
right.
few degrees.
Certainly. So, turning the wheel, there's a rudder that's on the back that kind of like shifts, but it has extended out so that it's able to make the air pass a certain way. So when you turn it to the left, the ship actually begins to start going to the right as it's pushing the air in the opposite direction.
That's gonna mess them up.
And
It's
so
like, it's like
hold on.
inverted.
So I'm turning. Say that again. Explain that again.
this is
Told you, we're gonna crash.
this is what, imagine like, you know how you play a game and there's like an inverted joystick?
Yeah, for up and down.
Basically that way, but for left and right. So
you're
when
turning
you
left.
start turning left,
If you turn right. You turn right. turn
it begins turning right because the rudder on the back is being pushed out to one side, and that's making the air pass at a certain angle. So the airship begins rotating more towards the right when you turn left.
All right. So I
And Riven runs to just look
It's
this
like,
one up.
error.
Yeah, I make it straight level again.
All right. Oh yeah, no, it's not like tipping over. It is maintaining the
It's
same
yawing.
balance. Yeah, but it's just kind of like shifting in place while it's moving. So while you're passing through, it's moving like that,
All right. So
moving left. and
Serpentine.
right.
Good.
Serpentine is right.
steering wheel functions as
Shooting at you.
That's the first thing you learn, serpentine.
it functions as rudder pedals. Okay.
So when you
Where are
turn
you
the
at?
wheel,
Are you, is this in
Oh,
the,
yeah.
you do that.
Is it in the front or the back?
Dimitri begins investigating,
Here-ish?
and while you are turning it and turning it back, he puts his hand on it and notices that it kind of lowers a little
Oh.
when he does that. And when he lowers it, the ship begins moving up.
All right.
Lowers
So now you
what?
found the pitch control or whatever.
Okay.
You like put your hand on it and start looking at it, but like your weight of your hand is bringing the
On the
thing
wheel itself?
on the wheel itself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it goes up and down.
Yeah.
So he's standing right next to me. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
where's your bag?
Oh.
Very little dwarf.
I'm under the ship.
Is the control on the front of the ship or like towards the back? Or middle?
It is back here.
All right.
This will be Benjen. Looks like a
Yeah.
pirate.
Let me borrow one too. The only one I have in my bag right now is the one that Steve made. Which is uneven arm.
That's the one strong hand. You have the strong hand.
Yeah, the strong arm. It's distracting to look at.
So, Gimli or the Guard of Mithril Hall?
That one.
Gimli. Nice.
I'm under the ship. So.
It's back there by you.
So I'm gonna look for something that controls bank angle now. Investigation roll.
Well, it would be a combination of the two.
So yeah, pushing down makes the ship go up, and then when you lift it back up,
So everything's inverted.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Down is
like,
up is down, left is right, right is left.
okay, no, because when you fly something, there's yaw and there's bank and then there's pitch.
Oh,
there's
so you
three
want to
axes.
try and angle it?
Yeah, like a
But then
roll.
I'm not on the bottom of the ship. It's perfect.
Is there something like
Where'd that right
You
go?
can certainly try.
Just like
Yeah,
being
make
on
an
the
investigation.
It's
Like
13?
watching the rudders move.
13. So it doesn't. So it maintains a constantly balanced level state, regardless of what position you put in, or you're shaking it,
So
moving it around.
it's a boat,
Go in gyroscope.
not an airplane.
Right. It doesn't
Thinking it's an
function.
airplane
What's an
But I mean,
a
it
boat
is in the air. I
that
mean,
acts as it's in the sea,
it's a blimp.
even though
It's a blimp.
it's in the air.
Indeed, this is true.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually angle at all when you are moving it around.
Like, yeah, because blimp, I don't think blimps go.
Actually, I think they do.
They do?
No, they don't.
I think they do. No.
Oh
I don't
no.
think they used to.
What about dirigibles? No, I'm just kidding.
Those don't.
Zeppelin. We're in a Zeppelin.
What about the
Those get
airship
shot down.
from the movie Waterworld? What about?
Oh yeah, that's we need to go to the water world next.
So you are there, and you are able to move at about 120 feet per second. when you are at full sail.
Smokes.
Also, theme music. No, I'm just kidding.
Is it like how is the window moving that fast on?
It's exceptionally fast and it's exceptionally cold.
So we would have to yell, you know, being 5
It's
feet.
pretty loud air, and then also the noise that is being made by the fire and air elemental that is swirling around the
That's
center
loud, yeah.
has a pretty loud. Well, if you have comprehend languages, it's just a roar of anger and anguish. But everyone else, it just sounds like a roaring fire.
Just tune it out.
And actually, because of the fire elemental, it keeps it so that it doesn't get frigid. Like the ship won't probably freeze because of the fire-based elemental that is around it. And it does warm the air enough for you to be able to withstand the cold, but the wind is still a biting cold because of where it is. It's like being in a cold...
Like so cold, it'll affect our constitution.
No,
okay.
because of the fire elemental. It's like standing in front of the campfire on a windy night where it's freezing outside. So you're still warm, but it's also cold. So, where do you want to go? You're there in the air.
Do we see anything? Do we see any like lights or signs of life or?
Make a perception check.
What added that? 12.
12. Okay. You look around at this portion of where the mountains are that you're in. It's kind of, well, it's really high up, so it's mostly snow-capped, but there is some tree cover. You do see some like wood smoke coming up from the wooded area down below you, and it is the middle of the day, so you can see just like some columns of smoke going up, like there are some roaming people or things down inside the forest below you.
Y'all want to go try to visit with the nice people?
Martha's down in the bunk, packing up the drugs. Like, okay, now we're about to go to Ithon. That's what in her head. They told you to go to Ithon. Packing up the mushrooms.
Benjen says, "No, we don't know that any of these people below us are actually going to be friendly to us, but
True.
I think it might be a more wise decision if we were to go to a settlement rather than meeting somebody out in the middle of nowhere."
But do we know where a settlement is?
Well, you said that we're in the middle of the mountains. Do you know of any cities around here? I maintained my spot mostly to the south, so I'm not familiar with this portion of the mountains.
All I would, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but all I would think is I know of a town to the west of the mountains.
That is correct. And you do know where that is.
And is that probably like an hour or two away?
It's
By
Shorter
road?
than that, probably.
probably, less than an hour to get there.
Okay, so I try to direct them to that town.
2 stars to the left and straight on to the morning.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so you've never looked at, of course, you've never been at this angle looking down before, so it's different to navigate yourself. However, it's much faster than traveling through the dense wood beneath you and over mountains. So while you are unimpeded by the hazards of nature, you are able to navigate in that direction and do not see any other airships in the area.
That's like near Evendur, right? Is that the area that we're
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, no. By the Copper Hills is where you would be trying to
Right.
angle towards.
Oh.
North
gotcha.
of,
yeah.
North of the Copper
Okay.
Hills. And
So I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Copper Hills at all, other than I know that it's there. I don't know because we're north. We're north of the Nalenza Crags, right?
yes, on the northern
On the
side
northern
of them.
part of it, rather.
So
So
you're
we need to fly southwest. That was not a plug for Southwest Airlines.
This game brought to you by Southwestern. No, the
So like an hour in, Riven's, actually this way.
So I know that Copper Hills is probably not too far from where we are. We don't have this map, obviously. This is my knowledge, my previous knowledge.
right.
But what's my alignment, or what's my with the Bastion of Alm? Do I like? Are we? Would Barrett Oroth be friendly, or do we not like each other? Or what's the history?
We have a warship.
Bastion of Alm. Oh yeah. So so Alm is the name of one of the dukes for the king, King Thuvi. You probably have never been there. However, you, because of one of your flashbacks, know that your childhood home was a small mountain town north of the Copper Hills.
Oh.
So that would be the nearest settlement that you would be familiar with.
Okay. So I relay that to the team. So I'd say I saw that there's I know that there's the settlement called Copper Hills, not too far from here, maybe like an hour or so southwest. I'm assuming by flying by airship anyways. I'm not sure exactly how long it would take to get there. Don't know what year it is. I don't know what anything's like there right now,
How
but
many years? It's only 2 days.
we don't know that.
Yeah, we have no idea
No,
about that.
but we know we only slept once.
Right.
It's at
You
least-
also,
It's at least 2 days, right?
So we think it's been, yeah.
so you're reckoning it's probably only been 2 days.
Yeah, wouldn't Evendur know that time's distorted, or we all do?
It's a theory. It's a working theory. No one's ever been able to prove
Yeah,
it.
we
So
slept
I'm not-
once, right? 2 days.
I'm not familiar with the Copper Hills too much, but I know that there's a small town just north of that is friendly towards me and my family. So they should be
What
friendly.
is the plan? We get food and
We get food,
supplies,
supplies.
and then we travel the world, right?
No, we had dropped
Yes.
off the barrel. We had dropped off-
No, I mean, who cares about this?
Well, we're
I want to
first.
go for myself.
No, but we had to sell off our business. We didn't divest. We can't move. We divest.
This doesn't matter to no one else.
What if it's on the way?
No,
There are certain things that I would like to settle with my
Yeah.
my own business.
yeah, we have businesses in the town. We have
But also,
We do not know if or when it is theoretical.
a friend of Evendur here lost all of his belongings.
Yeah, we had to
We've at least gotta go try to get those back from.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we had to drop off the barrel,
Uh-huh.
divest, and then go to a vendor's thing, right? That was the
Are you
plan.
from here somewhere?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we gotta pick up
Oh, okay.
your hamsters.
I will attempt
bears.
to teach Gizmo
Yeah.
how to fly there.
Where's the last point we were?
Or just tell him to observe a vendor and explain the
Mess
ups and
with-
downs of
Yeah,
it,
Wherever that was, I don't know.
the inversion of it all.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell Gizmo, if we leave this ship, then you are in charge.
It is good to be in charge of
Well,
something.
Mr. Strong.
Yes, you will protect the ship.
Because we're
while
close
we
to.
are
Yeah,
down
That's
there.
always close to. I thought.
between Ithon and Mr. Strong.
What do you suggest a signal? How can I reach you to when we wish to leave?
If you shout really loud, I should be able to hear you. My senses are able to pick up your voices.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, where to?
Meanwhile, Gizmo is standing right by you, just watching you with his giant one eye.
He's learning.
Occasionally, his like magnifying glass will come out and he'll start looking at things and he'll go up close. But he doesn't bother you other than that. He's just,
Gizmo, pay attention to what I'm doing, because you're eventually going to have to pilot this thing.
Can you reach out with
Does he
controls?
blink?
Can you-
Or does he just stare?
I don't think he needs to blink, does he?
he does blink.
Oh.
He does.
It's his windshield wipers.
So, yes, you continue traveling then in that direction. Riven directs you over the mountains, and you end up, it takes a little bit longer than what she had expected. It's just over 2 hours.
How big is the city, Riven?
So I'm not too familiar with Copper Hills, but I know that it's pretty big. It's not. I don't think it's quite as big as Ithon, but probably not too far.
You can probably pick up a map
Smaller.
there.
We should be able to pick up a map.
Because I don't really know where this is.
Yeah.
Indeed. So the map that you have is basically a very large view of the world. So what you'll see are like major cities, capitals. It won't contain all of the small towns and villages that are throughout. And indeed, those villages and things that are on the frontier are susceptible to monster attacks. So it is possible always that if you did put it on a map, a few years later, they might not be there anymore because of monsters and roaming bands of orcs, etc. So you head your way there, and just over 2 hours, you realize now it is getting into the afternoon. So you came out sometime probably at noontime, and while you had no need for food or sustenance while you were among the astral sea, you do then start picking up on, I'm kind of hungry.
So hungry. Even 10 years.
It's been 84 years. So you
So is there food? Is there?
you have the provisions that were with you. Some of them were also lost when you were ripped from the prime material plane and sucked into the astral sea. But there's enough for you to get by probably for a couple of days.
I got 10 rations.
Benjen cooks.
Nice.
I got to do.
Yeah. Benjen, you wanna?
All of his pans are lost.
Oh yeah.
That's what you said. I'm just saying, dude.
I don't know. Is there
Not
like
to
a
like.
kitchen?
You didn't need to bring it up like that.
Oh.
It's still a sore subject for me. I mean, I gave away my favorite spatula to an angel. That concluded the last of my own cooking supplies. It's hard for me to think about now that you mention it. So
I apologize.
also the rest of my things are back at the wagon that we left out in the jungle.
Yeah. And your pets.
Yeah.
So we could probably swing by there and
We should absolutely swing by there. See if Mesa still has them,
Still messing around.
and hopefully has not made pelts out of them.
we just come by, she has 2 shoulders. Pellets.
Oh, Mesa, why would you do that to such adorable bears? So you make
If
it.
that happened, I would like knock that bird nest out of her hair, just to prove a point.
So just over 2 hours flying the airship through the hills. The mountains begin on a decline. Well, there's peaks and rolling, mountain ranges that you're kind of navigating through. You get to a point where it's kind of tapering off the edge of the mountain, and you can see a small mountain village that is on the edge of the wilds, where they have cleared out an area in the forest around where they are. And there are some homes. It looks like from where you are above, it looks like probably one large building. There are several towers on the outskirts of the town, and
Does it look familiar to me?
it does look familiar. There are some differences based on your recent memory. It looks like there are, the towers look like a new addition, and as you begin flying closer, you notice that there's a picketed wall around where this town was. So while it was probably a smaller, tight-knit community, it looks like there's probably 100 more people based on the number of houses that are in the area than when you were there last.
I take everyone's rope or ask for it and start making one long one.
that rope served several good purposes while in the astral sea. So it's you all are able to have your rope because you all used it so much. So you lash about 200 feet, a length of rope that is about 200 feet long.
So you
wants
don't
to climb down to
you don't know how to park this thing.
We should not park this. Gizmo can keep this in the air. We don't know if these people are hostile.
I have watched the complex shape of Evendur and I know how to fly this.
Good job. I found him on the head.
Yeah. I mean, we can get close, because we're going to have to make like strength checks all the way down.
Oh, but wait, why are we climbing down? We have a carpet.
Oh,
Yeah, can we just, and I can
Good
fly down
idea.
too. What am I doing?
You fly?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, the boots? Wing?
No, the actual spell.
You have the spell fly.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. When did this
Kudos
happen?
to you.
Oh, well, when would I turn level 5?
Ah.
What is level 5?
I suddenly learned it out of nowhere.
Watch another complex shape.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like, oh.
It suddenly made sense to me making the incantation.
that is, that's really ingenious. You just fly down and fly up. Gizmo, you keep us here.
of course.
We should probably notify them that we have something flying up there so they don't shoot it down.
Yes, when we get
Yeah, we get
the ground, we tell them this is our death ship.
No!
Like, we shouldn't say that.
A trading ship. We are merchants.
Or maybe
With
not.
big guns.
No! We're trying to be
Maybe
inconspicuous.
Dimitri doesn't need to go as a
Dimitri.
scout.
I think
Maybe we should
perhaps
watch.
Riven, who knows these people, should probably take the lead here, right?
Sure.
Not exactly sure if we'll just follow her lead. If I'm sure if she thinks that we'll need to deal death with anybody, then she'll have no problem doing it. She is.
Gizmo, if you hear me say fire, you fire this cannon.
Gizmo, do not
It
fire.
isn't out of fire gun yet.
Well,
I have not been shown how to fire,
Okay.
but I will throw triangles.
no. You say well triangles. I will show you how to fire later.
We haven't, we'll figure it out later.
So, but the ship can idle without anyone touching it, right? Because that's what it was doing when we first got out.
So
It's just like idle,
Maybe
stay
somebody should
there.
hold back.
As far as we know.
the sails themselves are still
Maybe.
down, so they're picking the wind, and the wind is kind of carrying it
Oh,
forward.
so we just
So-
draw the sail.
Yeah, pulling on the rope, taking the sails in, it slows the ship down to where it's just kind of.
We should
Can
probably,
we-
I'll
I'll
stay
tie-
behind if you want.
we should probably
You
tie
guys
this
want?
on.
Well, can't we use the rod, the movable rod, to like anchor it?
Ooh, yes.
You certainly could.
Yes, perfect. Yes, we should do that.
So you would have
Do we
to.
tie that to the rope and then anchor, like use it as an anchor?
The bottom floor?
No, you just attach it to the ship and then click it, and then the
I don't
ship
want to
won't
poke any
move.
holes in anything.
But how are you planning to attach it without the rope?
Oh yeah, we should probably get a little bit of that rope back. But can the rope be strong enough for it?
It won't be strong. That's the
Then
problem.
can we just close it under the second deck so it at least stays?
It's all like grinding.
Hey, we can do that.
Put it in the cell areas. So at least it's a small square.
Can I like set it on the very top? Does it look like that? Can I like set the?
There is a crow's nest on the top. There you can put it in.
But that's a high chance of bending, right? If it moves. I think we want to be as center mass as possible.
So among the rope that is used to tie off the sails, there is excess rope that's kind of on the side that's used in case
Wait,
of emergency.
if this is a ship, it does have a chain anchor, right?
There hasn't been any anchor that you have seen.
And we just don't want to just drop it straight down so people can climb up.
Okay, just don't move. Just leave the stick in the middle. Yes.
Need the immovable rod below deck.
Is it below deck? Probably.
Do I know? Like, do I know if it's gonna?
I don't know if that's.
No, so
It's not smart.
no.
I feel like it's not a good idea.
I mean, I'll just steer the ship. Me and Gizmo will stay the ship.
Okay.
And I'll continue copying my spell that I have.
Next time, next city, we weld it. We weld them.
Yes. Very smart.
Unless you want to use it.
Movable anchor. Yeah, so Benjen, Demitri, Riven, Martha.
Oh, if he's staying, I'm taking Gizmo. I take my cloak off and I put it on Gizmo. And I say, you are a little, gnome.
No, I am Modron.
You are a little gnome. Pretend you know the word
I don't
pretend.
know. I think we should leave him up here.
My first officer.
Do you want to explore or would you stay here? Your choice.
This is all new to me. I normally do not have choice.
I feel comfortable taking him.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to say I am a gnome?
Yes, but you better that you do not speak.
But it is not a true statement if I say that I am gnome.
Yes, that is why you do not speak.
So I
just
do not say I
observe.
am gnome. You
Correct.
do or you do not want me to say I am gnome?
I do not. I just want you to observe and listen. Observe and listen. That's it.
How many people can fit on?
Complex shape named Demitri, things that you say baffle me.
Okay, sounds good.
How many people can fit on your carpet?
So I was about to say that. I'm gonna have to make 2 trips. I can't unless you guys want to try to.
It's only 200 feet, so it'll take what,
You-
a minute or 20 seconds to fly down?
Right, it doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, if anything happened, you would have to take 2 trips.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be.
Alright, if you need to get out, are you like, how are you taking this into the town? Are you just like flying above it, stopping and then descending? Or are you like staying out of town, going down?
Out of town to drop people off on the ground,
Yeah,
and
outskirts of
everybody else is
town.
gonna walk, and I'm just gonna fly above them.
Got it. Were you trying to be inconspicuous with the flight on the way in?
Not necessarily. I mean, I would like to not make a huge, grandiose show, but I'm cool. I'm okay with like. I'm not trying to be stealth or whatever.
Got it. So as you're approaching and lowering down to go to where you're on the outskirts of town, where you're probably lower down to the trees and then move in from there, you hear the distant chime of a bell.
They alerted the town. Somebody did.
What kind of bell is it? You know?
Does it sound familiar to me?
It does not sound familiar to you. That would be perception, I guess.
18.
18.
Ooh.
Very nice. So it does sound like what normally small towns use in order to warn the citizens that something's happening. Because people aren't always paying attention to danger that's coming in the area. So there will be probably a number of people who are always on the lookout, and based on the towers that are there, you were probably spotted coming in.
What kind of race are you usually here? What kind of-
It was predominantly human when you were last here.
Slash some people.
Slash you and one other tiefling.
Oh, okay. So I tell everybody that I don't think me into being prepared to fight, per se, but at the same time, wouldn't be a bad idea to get your weapons prepared, just don't have them out.
Demitri always has weapons.
I am always ready to fight.
I will conceal my triangles.
Thank you, Gizmo.
Alright, well, good luck, guys.
You guys drop down, carpet goes back up, takes the second trip down, and as you begin moving towards the town, there are 2 human people who are not very well disguised, hiding behind trees, and it's obvious to all of you that they're there and they are watching you with bows drawn. So you approach, or
I would like to approach them
okay,
on my carpet.
of course. So you hear one of the humans shout out, "Stop where you are! You're not supposed to come any further."
What's your name?
What's it to you? What's your business? You can't be around here.
Why can't I not be around here?
This is our settlement. We don't want any troubles.
We don't want any troubles either. We're just trying to get some information. I've been here before. We come in peace. We're not trying to steal or cause any kind of drama or fight at all. We just want to gather information because we are on a journey.
Go and make a persuasion check.
Can I follow it up with a threat?
8.
You certainly can.
I'll just tell them, you will answer the questions. We are friendly traders for now. And then I show my weapon. I don't draw my weapon, I just show it to
I
him.
disguise myself into Batman, change my voice, saying, "Don't listen to my friends here. They are just joking."
Batman.
Batman.
Who?
A man that Riven knows very
Yeah.
well.
The guy
Yeah.
that you talk to.
Yeah.
Stooped for some magic items. So whoa. So now look, there's at least 30 of us with bows drawn on you, and if you're here to trade, what's it you got to trade?
I would like to discuss that in private with whoever we might be able to actually trade with. It's a matter of sensitivity at this point.
Hey, what's the sensitivity? I don't know, mate. I think she's trying to cast like a spell on you. Well, do they look like the kind of people that's trying to make spells?
I don't know, because they're flying in the air on the big boats, or what do you think? I don't know, maybe we should probably go back to Hammond. Well, I'm not going to go bother Hammond. Are you going to bother Hammond? Well, I don't want him to, he's going to be real mad if we bring him some people when he's not known about it. All right. So, if you send us the one of yous who could go talk to Hammond while the rest of you stay here on the outskirts.
Oh, it's pretty cold out here. She should probably let us all in.
Yeah, I don't think it's safe for one of us to go alone if you guys are already untrusting. I feel like we should at least have multiple.
Yeah, with your 30 men here, we're kind of worried. Very worried.
Right, you can tell he's definitely lying. There's not 30 people around here. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage, Padma.
That'll be 23.
All right. So just, keep your hands away from your weapons. We'll go back and we'll go talk to Hammond. And that'll be the end of it. Don't you say or make a move that we don't like, or we'll put an arrow in your throat.
Okay, guys.
Okay. So they trot off ahead of you, and mostly it looks like they're just trying to run away. So they run back to the town, and you follow at your own speed because they're like sprinting as fast as they can to get back to the town.
Oh no, you are getting so far away. We can't keep up.
Darn.
Yeah, so the town is probably like a few minutes walk through the woods. It's a nice day. There are, animals, and you can see squirrels and rabbits and things moving through the underbrush. And you have Gizmo, right? Gizmo is kind of baffled at all of the life that's around him.
Yes,
He has
he's
never.
probably right.
Just keeps looking.
This is very different.
While this is all happening, I like to write in the Book of Secrets. How do I use the Staff of the Python?
The Book of Secrets says,
Come on, give me something.
only one who is trained in the skills of a druid, a cleric, or a something, are able to turn the staff into a python.
That's an unhealthy obsession you have for that stuff.
He wants to get it to work. I respect that.
Just multi-class and that'll work.
Is that the only way?
Probably.
A cleric, a druid, or a warlock.
Oh, Warlock. Okay. When,
He's
man.
able
Warlock, you need charisma.
Yeah, you need
13 charisma. Cleric, you need 13 wisdom. Or druid, you need 13 wisdom.
The book tells you all of this, and it's confusing because you don't understand what those things are.
You're like, what?
Alright, I just go back to copying Dispel Magic.
You need to increase your mental fortitude. You need to make yourself prettier.
You're not pretty enough.
Are you disguising your appearance at all, or are you just
Nope.
kind of walking in? Okay, okay. So
Hood down and everything. I feel like I'm
Is there
no
any
longer.
other dwarves?
I don't perceive these guys as a threat.
the indeed
Is there any
probably
dwarves
aren't.
in these, in this settlement?
Make a perception check. As you're approaching the town, you see people who are out and about.
Right. It is a perception 22.
You see amongst the different townsfolk that have kind of assembled themselves, they are in haphazardly thrown together armor. Most of it looks to be like piecemeal, remnants probably of the old war and things that they had taken, like any veterans were able to take their armor and their sword from the war time and keep it as part of their severance.
Hey, is there any, did we bring the spare weapons and armor to trade? No.
It's all on the ship. Well,
What was left?
It
I know
was-
you wrote it down.
There was 10 armor, 7 weapons left.
Oh wow, that
After
could,
you
that
used-
could outfit all
After
their
I
guard.
used 3.
got it.
That could outfit their whole guard.
There's probably
Can they pay for it?
Probably not.
30
It would not
armed
outfit them.
people.
Yeah.
They each have their own different implements of war, and some of them are merely brandishing like a pitchfork. Like these are like simple farming community, and it has this is the extent of their armed force. You do
Mostly
see
humans though.
most of the humans. There is a single dwarf that is in the front line, and she has long blonde hair, and she has a clean shaven face. And imagine
You have to
a
mention clean shaven.
like a female. Yeah, well,
Right.
imagine like a female blonde Viking. That's what she looks like
Oh,
in
wow.
dwarf form. So she looks tough and
Very attractive.
rugged and very fit for a dwarf woman. A little bit on the thinner side. No, normally
Which is
deep.
unattractive.
Normally deep dwelling dwarf woman and men will put on a few pounds and have
But she's slim thick.
but she's slim thick.
That's,
Thick with
that's what
two
the kids say.
Cs.
That's what the kids say. Slim
Right.
thick.
She's thick, double C. So moving,
I wink at her
moving.
once I get into range.
Right. The winking range is 15 feet. 15 feet is the thing. So You.
Is that officially in the handbook somewhere that says?
It's like, she's looking through it.
I'm trying to think. If I'm standing across the room from someone, can I tell if someone's winking at me?
Well, I assume as we're walking up, we get everyone's attention.
Everyone is watching you.
And
Everybody.
that's when I
and-
wink at her. When I make eye contact.
There are some kids who are kind of like hidden behind buildings, but they're peering out. Probably not. They're doing the opposite of what their parents have asked them to do, which would be, hey, stay inside, don't.
Yeah, of course.
But they're not
Strange
listening.
people.
I imagine Gizmo looks like Yoda, but just a little more round.
His cloak on.
I put mine on him, but I'm not much tall. I'm barely taller than him.
Does he see a bump on your back that moves around?
No, he's not. He's walking
he's
beside
walking.
me.
So yeah, your motley group of adventurers move towards the town, and as they see there's only a handful of you, they kind of lower their weapons, and the two young men who now you realize they were probably in their late teens were the ones who had been sent out to scout what was going on, and they're there.
Sacrificial lambs. Like, who can we afford to lose? You and you, go.
I don't want
They just look like the two youngest who probably won't get winded by running out. The rest of them, they're it looks like the majority of them are some type of veteran from the past, or there are some elderly men that are there who, they've got OMS, they got some old man strength going on.
This is just like, it looks like a sad bunch of depressed people that are they starving?
Yeah.
Or do they look like
I don't think we can find rations.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find food.
Well, it's a farming
I don't know.
community, right?
They,
It's a farming community.
they don't look like they're starving.
Oh, okay. They're portly then, most of them?
No, I would say lean and muscled from a life
Slim
living
Thick.
in the frontier. They're all a variation of Slim Thick.
Okay.
Just different tiers.
That's right.
Double K's, double C's.
They're very, they're very well muscled. So that there's that, because they live on the wild. So
So whoever is closest to me, is there anybody with a newspaper?
is there anything of this in the newspaper?
No, is there anybody like reading a newspaper?
She's looking for like a town crier with
No,
news
there
parchments.
doesn't appear to be a scrap of
They're not
parchment among
gonna,
the.
they're not gonna have that here. That's for like
I'm gonna
icon or
ask- I'm
something.
gonna ask whoever's closest to me if they can tell me what
year
day
is
year is.
What?
After me.
So
Is this year?
yeah, you get within probably like 40 feet, and that's where a tall looking man is there, and he's standing in the front, and he says, hold it there, hold it. What, they tell me that you're here to trade. I'm Hammond, you call me a village Schultz, but other than that, I am here and we are at your service, and if your intentions are indeed peaceful, then you are welcome to our small town, but what is your business?
So I would like to talk to you private if we have an opportunity. How long have you lived here?
Certainly. Well, I arrived here only 4 years ago.
4 years ago, and what year was that exactly?
That was, it would be 1753 now.
So did we go back in?
We should have wrote that down. Like,
So the year that you left was 1754. So 4 years ago was 1753.
Oh, so we were gone for a couple of years.
Well, I've never seen you, I'm sorry.
1754.
we're gone for 3 years, 4 years.
Oh
Jeez.
crap, we haven't eaten in 4 years? 3 years?
I think your parents.
Wait,
1754.
That doesn't make
Are you
sense.
sure? Wait, what year was
4
it?
It's
years.
1 year.
4 years ago. No,
He said
4 years ago
53 to
was
54.
1753. That was 4 years ago.
53.
1753 was 4 years ago,
And
yes.
we left
So
in
we're the
17.
That was 4 years ago, right? And there's
There's like an out of town.
a man who's dressed in kind of like brown robes, and yes, that was 4 years ago. That's correct. What's the problem?
Wait, it was only 2 days.
Nope,
Are you sure?
nope, she wasn't.
No,
Wait.
Think time works
let's not trust just the opinion
Yeah, I know.
of one
It's-
man.
It's we slept once.
Yep.
I'm going off the
4
sleep
years,
schedule.
I don't know.
I'm going off my sleep schedule. We only slept for 1 day, right?
So I have a feeling that we're gonna need to make another stop to go visit. I don't know if I want to say his name out loud. To visit a wizard, a very particular wizard, who doesn't live too far away from here.
Our pearl?
Who?
Yeah, no.
No.
We have a lot of weapons and armor.
Roll.
It looks like
pearl?
you do not have
These-
much
Oh.
to trade, being a
Oh.
village. I see. The armor you have on is not impressive.
Well, it is true we don't deal in arms and armor here, but we do have fine pelts and the.
Do you have food?
Yes, of course we have food. Yes.
I flip him a gold, and I'm like, I am hungry, very hungry.
All right, he's 40 feet away.
Okay, I still flip it. I mean, I'm strong. I'm a strong dude. I'm hoping he catches it.
Goes 5 feet in front of you.
It's just in the snow.
I rolled a 1. It's gone.
Yeah, no.
Gizmo fetch.
If it is if you're hungry, please, yes, you can come in. Just just as long as your intentions are peaceful, we have no problem with you entering our home.
Yes, we're absolutely peaceful.
I already started walking towards him, like with my hand sort of, not up, but like out, like
Sure.
I'm not gonna hurt him.
Do you think it would be possible for us to find room and board here for it?
Can I smell where the food's coming
We
from?
have.
Is there
places
any-
you can stay. Make a perception check.
Just need to get food.
I can't smell it. I'm distracted.
It's
The
coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
lush forest air and mountain fresh air of the mountain. Yeah, it smells good.
Hey, I sort of feel at home here.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, it was cold where I'm from. Very cold.
Indeed. So, yeah, you move up, and the people kind of make a way. Like they're not trying to look threatening now that you have presented yourselves as not a threat to the city. So,
Oh, that was supposed to be threatening?
yes, yes, it was.
We have a ship that came through and they saw it.
No, I'm just,
There-
that was their best effort.
There are 2 towers that
Menacing,
have people with bows up there, but now they don't have any tension on their bows, so they're not
So
aiming at
we
you.
are safe now.
Jeez.
And worded.
So, yeah, you move up, and the people, the person introduces himself as Hammond, who is the village Schultz. And
Schultz?
yes,
Okay, sure.
that is what they're calling their leader for whatever reason. So, the dwarf woman like goes up to him for a second and just says, "Tia, need me anymore? Can we go back to our business?"
And then I tell her, oh, where are you off to? Why don't you join me? I will buy you a drink.
Well, never turn down a drink. That's for certain. Sure. Come with me, I'll show you where the right place is to drink in town. And she
Robbie blind.
moves off. There's a small building that's kind of up against.
I have nothing to steal, by the way.
Gizmo.
Oh, no. I'll kill this whole village. It would be a bloodbath, truly.
Yeah, so she leads you off towards a building which apparently is probably the only drinking hole in town. And there are 2 tables in this small building, and there's an elderly woman, probably in her, now would be her like early 60s. She has long gray hair that's been kind of pulled into a braid on the side, and she asks if what you're drinking, and she said, "Well, we'll have the usual."
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Usual.
We've got another dwarf in town, see, so we're going to be needing double the normal portion.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So you head off to that tavern, and what?
I pull a stool like behind me on the opposite side of her for Gizmo. Just like.
Oh, so Gizmo's good. So, should we be stocking up stuff or getting mad?
So I was thinking.
Oh, I totally forgot about the mission.
He's got his own mission.
Indeed.
So I was thinking we should hole up here for a night or two.
Oh, dang, I wish I was with you guys.
Get info. As much info as possible about like the area, about what has happened in the last couple of years.
Because we need to do that. Now
Stock up on-
we don't know it's 4 years.
Yeah.
We need that, but
Stock
then
up
we
on-
actually send food to a vendor.
Huh?
We need to send food up to a vendor.
Oh yeah. Before we settle in for the night, we'll go back and get him.
Okay.
I was gonna ask him and if we have a place
When we
to
get to the land ship.
land the ship and like secure it and make sure that nothing's gonna happen to it.
We just sleep in the ship. We just need to just land.
Hey, if you guys are meta right now.
No, like literally, I'm not mad at him.
Oh, you guys are talking again?
Yeah, we're talking again. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're actually
Yeah,
just trying to figure this out.
Because
So, I don't know, man, I like to sleep on a bed. I think that'd be nice. But I imagine Gizmo probably wouldn't care. He could probably, I don't know what they're up to.
He
but-
makes his own bed.
That's right.
That
He
was
put a
clever.
little tripod,
Yeah.
attached it, and then rocked himself to
Yeah,
sleep.
so he could do that one.
the only thing is, I don't fully trust all the people here because I'll know like a ship lands, someone's gonna go in the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, of course, there's no way for them to get up to the ship. It's 200 feet in the
I
air.
don't know, but we're planning on landing it. But we get
They said if they're gonna ask the people if there's somewhere they can dock the ship.
Oh.
That's what they were talking
Yeah,
about.
because then at least a vendor could be not. We don't have to have someone fully watching it.
Sorry, I was trying to pay attention to where Demitri was headed. I don't want to get him too lost in the,
Oh yeah, I guess I had told Benji that I'm going to have a drink, or I guess everyone heard me. Probably.
Maybe you just broke off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
We just saw you walk with a girl.
So,
2 minutes
yeah.
after landing, you're walking.
Yep.
It's been 4 years.
Right? It counts.
It counts. Yes. Okay. So, you're inquiring if there's a place that you can land the airship?
Yeah.
Certainly, if you would like. So we just cleared out a section of the woods just to the east of town. If you would like to place your ship in that.
Yes.
What's the security like? What's the threat like to this area?
Security.
The threat level.
The 2 teenagers.
Threat level,
The
yeah.
other 2 old guys with bows and arrows on the.
So we do keep an hourly watch, and there is the constant threat of orc attack, and there has even been 1 or 2 giants that have stumbled their way into the area that we've had to fend off in the past. But other than that, I think a lot of the threats try to stay away, as this is apparently that we have been here for, I've been here for 4 years now, so the settlement itself has been here for over 2 decades now, I think. I'm not exactly sure when it was founded.
Yeah, we can do that and just gather information.
Yeah, so if you don't mind letting us know where we can get some food, we actually have somebody else on the ship that I'd like to ensure gets food as well, so we can.
Is that their tavern that we went to? That's.
Yeah,
I'm already there drinking. I just bypass
We
this.
can just stock up on rations right now. It's just, like, how much would,
Yeah.
like a month's worth of rations?
You don't want it to go bad though.
Yeah, 30 days. I mean, if it's like
Pros and
potatoes
The,
and.
the 30 days.
You
Yeah.
just have to pit stop in another town.
No, but it's
to
kind of
get more
cold, so
rations.
it's kind of refrigerated.
Oh, that's true.
It's kind of cold here.
Oh, because it's ship steel.
Yes, shoes. And if the engine.
There's like an ice box right now. He's probably.
No.
He's like shivering,
No, no.
trying to write the spell down.
Fire elemental is keeping it warm.
Oh.
Warm enough.
He said it was still cold though.
The wind.
If we're moving.
Oh.
So you, go back and try and signal the vendor to bring the airship around.
Do I notice it?
Oh, Gizmo said if you yell, that's it. Maybe you should try that.
That's right.
No.
Gizmo with you to the tent.
Yeah.
He's sitting.
My
in a little
illusion
stool next to you.
just to start spelling out vendor's name. Just
You're watching, like you're trying to pay attention, so you do see them go up.
Okay.
E-V-N-D.
Alright, so I start flying over.
Sure.
and then just arrows, just slowly.
As you're running,
Yeah. So it takes you a little bit longer than what you would expect, just because it's only you up there maintaining the sails. So you gotta okay, I gotta undo this rope. Handle this
hey,
back
but
over.
he's proving that one person can sail the ship.
It's very difficult. This is clearly
Not easy.
designed for
For
multiple
a
people.
human, but for a gizmo,
This one you
Yeah.
he can do it.
Gives-
Need a co-pilot.
Lesson learned.
I
Yeah.
want to teach him how to use a gun.
So
Just be like, hey, you want to go hunting, Gizmo? Right here, dude.
I would like to see this complex shape that you were talking about. So you move, and it takes a lot longer than what you're expecting. Martha's like, what is he doing up there? It's like not
it's
even.
turning slowly.
It
goes
almost
around-
looks like it's crashing, and then he's like, oh!
Right, yeah, because it's like leaning down and going down. It's like, gosh, I gotta run back over here, let go, and the sails. Yeah, no. Probably takes
It's like
you.
a guided
Like
crash
this.
Yeah, which did he go into
versus
the
like a
room?
man.
Did he go into Did he take the mush?
It's not beyond.
Dang it, Evendur.
It's not beyond what a vendor's capable of.
No.
So it takes you about an hour to land the ship.
Golly.
And by the end of it, Martha's sweaty from having run around, and you are no longer Badma.
No, but I'm still Batman.
Oh,
But he already knew that.
well, okay, so
No.
you wouldn't have been able
No,
to
we don't
cast
have
another minor
No,
illusion.
it's hat. Hat of disguise.
Yes, very important distinction. You are Badma. Badma directs it over Evendur. You get down to the ground and you see Badma there standing in front of you.
Who are you?
I speak in Martha's voice.
Okay, alright. So
He's the owner of the Manor of Chance. What's he doing out
You're
here?
handsome now.
Do you explain the time difference?
Yes, it's actually 4 years, not 2 days that we thought.
Alright, okay. Hopefully
Remember?
nothing too bad happened that time.
Ooh, yeah, your parents.
Ooh, probably think he's dead.
Yeah, it'll be a huge shock for me to come home.
I was just partying in space. It's cool.
They probably investigated and didn't find anything and thought you died.
Soul over your
I mean,
body.
it probably knew something happened when the bag of holding I had.
Yeah, it was
That
no
was
longer-
theirs. Somebody got destroyed. So they probably suspected something happened. So
So,
how much time was I waiting in the sky on the ship for?
it wasn't very long, probably a half an hour.
Okay.
So now it's been an hour and a half, so it's probably like 3:30, 4-ish.
Dang, I'm already halfway to
Oh,
being
you
drunk.
could lock it
So,
up.
am I there with him?
If you would like.
Yeah. So I'll tell Evendur, like, hey, we're gonna park it here for a night and then
Okay.
just get some food, stock up on supplies, and kind of get some info before we head out to wherever we're going.
Because we only turned the spiral thing off. Right?
We don't know how.
Spiral thing?
No.
Oh, the elementals.
Yeah, we turned it off by being inside because we turned it on.
Well, it wasn't spiraling around until you came through into the prime material plane. Then it
Yeah,
did
and it was
that.
just like nonstop.
So when you take the airship down, it actually goes as low as 10 feet, where the bottom of this of the fire is, to the ground. It doesn't actually come to touch the ground. It's hovers there in the air. So
That's cool.
from where the top of the deck is, it's probably about 20 feet down to the ground.
Okay.
So
Yo, you have dainty ankles. You better roll for it. Does she pick you up?
We have the rope. We have the rope.
I'm gonna I'll just take the ladder down.
there
Is there a
is
little rope ladder?
indeed a ladder.
There is a ladder?
There is.
How far does that go? 20
It
feet?
goes 20 feet. and it goes from the front of the vessel down.
Here?
Yeah. So rope ladder goes down from the front.
Alright.
And and you found this out when you were trying to find like the rigging to like the right rope, like which one is this one that goes up, and you're tying it off and pulling it up and tying it off, and you found one bundle of rope that looked a little bit different because it had all these knots inside it, and so as soon as you like pulled it out, you're like, I don't need this. What's this for? And it was your rope ladder that goes down to the ground.
Cool. I'll deboard then.
How heavy is the ladder?
The rope ladder, about 100 feet of rope of a material that has a sheen to it, like hair.
Is it more than 10 pounds?
It is more than 10 pounds.
No, because I was gonna just pull the rope all the way up so no one.
Oh, unseen servants?
You're gonna stack them on each other?
No, they float.
Oh, they float? Dang, that's dope.
Just more than
Is
10
it more
pounds.
than-
You know she has a carpet.
So,
She
I'll say
just
this.
Fly and shove it
It's
up.
not like, it would be 10 pounds if you were directly carrying it. If you're just like tugging it, they would be able to do that.
Okay.
So if you want an unseen servant to...
Slowly pull all the rope up so in case, so at least there's a one deterrent of climbing up.
What's the cast range on unseen servants?
Unseen servant,
If it's 30 feet, you're good.
it's 60 feet.
I can't believe that word. Okay, so yeah, there's an unseen servant up there
Just pull one.
that is now cleaning the deck after it pulls up the rope.
Nice.
Yeah, it seems like it makes sense. So, the airship is left out in that open wooded area, and indeed, the flame just continues to circle around and emits this glow, and it's not actually, causing anything to burn or anything because it has that strange protective barrier around it. But it is there, and it looks mesmerizing.
It doesn't look beautiful because it's not nighttime yet, but it will look dope at
It
night.
looks pretty dope at that time, that's true. So
No one can sleep, it's just too bright.
you move into town. What would you like to do?
Eat.
Okay, you make your way over to the tavern, and on the front you see a sign that is kind of faded. It says there was a name in the front, and then it says it was something and Freya's, and
It's like crossed out twice because it has three different owners because they died, and the ogre attacks or orc attacks.
well, go ahead. Someone can make a perception check to see if you can identify what letters were there before.
Perception?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nice.
Number?
Probably 19.
18.
18. Very nice. Okay, so it did say Philip and Freya's.
Did I remember that from a vision, or am I trying to make it out?
So, from your vision, you remember that Freya was the woman who had a love interest with your father, whose name was Philip.
What?
That's her dad's tavern? Wow.
Okay.
So, you approach the building. You see the dilapidated looking sign and walk in, kind of not knowing what to expect really. It's a 2-story stone timber building, and on the inside you see 2 tables set up. There's a bar area, like where there are stools up against it, and The only current patrons inside here are a dwarf woman, a dwarf man, and Gizmo, who is sitting on a tiny stool on the ground and is looking around at everything. And an elderly woman, probably in her 60s, has that long gray braid, and she's thin, but she has like creases in her eyes that look like she has had kind of a hard life. So
I recall, like walking in here, I'm assuming it kind of comes flooding back.
yes.
The tavern and kind of the details behind.
I'll read it all to you again. No, that would be like a half hour of me reading the email. So, no, yeah. So you recall that they were in love, and you were a child when you last saw her. And as you walk in, she was reaching down from behind the counter and was pulling out another set of drinks for the dwarves at the table. And she looks up, and as soon as she sees you, the glass drops out of her hand and falls to the floor and falls all over the place. Oh,
I'm not paying for that.
Are you Riven or Haven? Are you back?
How do I feel about this?
You're probably in shock.
You tell me.
So I feel like, from my memories, I feel like this is a positive thing. As an adult, though, I've become more skeptical. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, like, is that real? Is that,
She, when you were a child, what you remember is like she was kind of like an annoying babysitter. Like she would come over and she would try and take care of you, but you and your sister would always sneak away and cause mischief.
She's a terrible babysitter.
Yeah.
Well, she was really getting off.
They would like play distractions on her, and then she would be like trying to
She's
find
a clumsy barkeep as well.
You can't even bartend.
So I asked her, like, Freya?
It is you, and she runs over and goes to hug you. Do you like?
I look at the woman dwarf like,
I'll hug her like
Like a side hug, like
no, like not like bringing her in, but kind of like hey.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is awkward.
you're back after so long. What? Where did you go?
Oh, I have so many stories. So most recently we have been in space. Yeah. So there's many holes to fill in between what happened when I last saw you and now.
Oh,
Is there a way I can like get time with you after? Can we eat with you? And
of course, yes. I'll bring food out.
Oh, it sounds good. We're starving.
She has completely started ignoring the dwarfs at the table.
racism.
She hold on, I have a thing
The
here.
table erases.
So this whole time, I would have liked to have gotten to know the dwarf as well, and like,
Right.
yeah.
Her name.
Freya too.
Freya the Second.
Come on, that's not the drop down that I want. Okay, there it is. Alright,
So we could just run through it if we don't want to role play it. Like I would have asked her, "What's your occupation?" What I asked her what year it is or like what time it is, but not in a like.
How old are you?
Yeah. Do you have ID?
what year were you born?
Yeah.
What year is it?
Find out her name is Callie
Cali, like California.
That's fair.
Thodadaughter.
Okay.
Alright.
Why did you pick such a complex name? I don't know.
Toad.
Cali. I'm not even gonna pronounce the last name. I'll just call her Callie.
She is a cleric in the town
That's true, buddy.
for Ilmater, which is interesting because that is not one of the dwarven gods in the pantheon.
Oh yeah, I would have asked about that too. And also, I would have asked her, and we're like 3 or 4 drinks deep. I would have asked her how partial she is to staying in the city versus traveling the world.
Well, my calling in life is to help those endure around. So this folk needs a cleric. They need someone to watch over them, to tend to their wounds, and to call upon aid when necessary.
You're like boring.
I take the true neutral approach, and like especially after drinking, and like I understand, but you do know you cannot help all people.
Aye, well, that's for sure thing, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try where I can.
Exactly. You can also with our crew. We do not have a healer.
I don't know exactly what you're trying to propose here. Are you saying I should run off with you? I mean, you have bought me a drink. I suppose this is in line with dwarven tradition that you ask a lady to run away with you as soon as you had one or two.
So Dimitri's married.
I don't know how well that would go over with her being a cleric and all, but sure. But anyways, I say that try not to think so small. There is many people around the world who are suffering, who need help.
Well, that's for sure.
We are traveling the world, and you will be able to help us and help people all over the world versus these small people.
Well,
Baby before.
the idea is to try and help whatever persons you can. And
Yes.
I have found a Cullen here in this town. And
I just like I do this number. I'm like, yes. See if this helps you.
it's gonna take more than a few drinks to convince me to go with you, so we guess we'll just keep drinking. And she gets up and goes and gets herself a drink from behind the bar as Freya comes out with it's a hearty meal of like herbed
Races.
potatoes that have been
I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for my drinks.
places it on one of the tables and asks if you would like to push the tables together to make one long banquet where we can serve the food.
Sure.
I just give her a dirty look, but I just defer to Riven. I'm just like,
She slides the table over and moves kind of the chairs into place, and so she places food down. And there's potatoes. There is a what looks like roast lamb, and there is even a smoked trout from probably a river that's nearby. And so there's quite a bit of food out in comparison to what she probably normally makes. This is probably everything she's planning to cook for the night, and she brings it all out at once. And there's fresh homemade rolls, and there are like pastry cakes that are stuffed with some type of like sugary cream.
So
is your mouth watering?
Benjen would get
My
super
mouth is
excited
watering.
about it.
What?
Benjen would get super excited about it.
Benjen would
Oh
get
yeah.
Yeah.
He probably helped her cook.
Yeah.
Do you need help back there?
Can I please help?
I just need some pans. His bar pans.
I imagine he goes for the pastries first. So I'd like to ask him how he feels about them.
I feel like it's been years since I've eaten, so I'm gonna eat.
I want to take like a little bit of everything on a dish and like hold it in front of Gizmo and be like, I am not sure if you need this sustenance here, but you tell me what you like, and you can use this utensil. And I hand him a fork.
Thank you. I have already eaten.
He doesn't eat.
I don't ask him in front of everybody. I'm just like, okay.
So there's like a programmed response, or did you actually already eat? That's what I want
He ate
to
a
know. What did
kid.
you eat?
Yeah.
A squirrel.
Yeah, or a horse or a dog or something. He's just like hunting.
You didn't notice him eat anything, so you don't know what
You
he's.
did teach him how to
Gizmo, what do you eat?
Yeah, I did.
You created a monster.
Hello, Evendur. I brought food with me.
What for you? What is food?
He reaches back, and out of a small slot appears these like cube-shaped pieces of metal.
We're all like,
Pulls them out.
He's like the Iron Giant.
Would you like
Oh man.
to have some?
Can I don't want to eat it, but can I see it though?
Of course, yes.
Thanks. And I guess do I make some kind of check on it?
Investigation, I suppose.
13.
Yeah. So you look over them. It's made of some type of copper, and
ooh, don't leave your coppers out.
he apparently eats these coppery cubes. It has
Like, where does he
weird
get his
like
stuff?
like symbols on it, but you're not sure if it was as much of a symbol being carved into it, or if it was just something like it was stamped together.
Yeah, like a food ration.
Right.
Do I recognize a stamp at all?
No, you wouldn't.
Well, I would say it was that same investigation roll. Probably not. Like this is either something that was like
It's from his planet.
like molten
Neutron.
copper was poured into it was either like some type of injection mold type thing, or it just is a hot metal, and then a thing comes in and then mashes it together until it kind of cools, and then it lets go and it drops out. So
Just so you know,
Highly mechanized.
it's gonna be your coppers,
Right.
just in case he eats anything.
I told him we will go get more food for you after.
that sounds acceptable. I can smell that you have plenty of food on you, so we are here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about the gold.
Does this taste good
Just
to you?
for now,
I
he's
hand him a
still
copper coin. Is that a good snack?
He places it in his mouth.
Just eats it.
This is a flavor I have not had before, but it is delicious.
Oh wow.
Oh no,
Okay.
Oh no.
Taste for money, huh?
Now he's gonna
A
start
literal
taking
taste for money.
platinum, gold pieces.
Well, I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, he might search through your bag, so he better watch out.
Does he
It's
go to the
like-
bathroom? What is it?
So,
Yeah.
Outputs.
Yeah.
Just gold bricks.
Yeah, what does he do?
Oh, that would be cool.
This is stool or feces. What is it?
you haven't noticed yet.
So I want to ask Freya, as we're eating, I'm assuming we're all eating now.
Yeah.
I want to ask Freya what is her recollection of me, my father, my sister, what's her last memory?
Right. Well, it was after Haven was taken.
So
It
she's
was,
aware of that.
You were probably 8 years old, and well, you told us that some man with green eyes came and took her. So, oh wait, I'm talking like the dwarf. If it was probably 2 years after that you went missing yourself, and we weren't certain if you had run away or you were also taken, but after losing Haven, your father, he just became beside himself, became a different man, and then after you were gone, he was utterly devastated, and well,
Everyone just stops eating. It's
It's really
like,
dark.
we haven't heard from him since you disappeared, and And he left.
So no one knows where he is right now?
No.
Is
No.
this dinner conversation?
Right, yeah, like...
No, I whispered to Martha, because I'm not very good at social situations, and I'm like,
Benjen is like halfway through
Well, she's
one
like,
of those
I'm assuming she's sitting like right next to me.
Right,
We're
yeah,
long-
she's... Yeah.
oh, so everyone else is talking now. So,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys are, you
We're
know...
not like across the table like
in
this.
between
But
trying
see-
to figure out what you're supposed to do with
No,
Gizmo
but-
now.
no, but you said it
he
was-
needs copper.
You said it was really small, a tavern, so I just assumed that we're not very far from that
We're the only ones.
conversation.
You are the only ones in there, yeah.
Other than the Cali.
Right. Callie is the only person other than Freya who's in here.
Cali. Is anything big happened in the last 4 years?
Where have you been?
Just traveling here and there.
Traveling here and there. So, well, news doesn't really spread to our town very often. There's not even a main road really that leads to the nearest settlement, which by here would probably be, well, there's the wayward pine that's halfway between here and Thuheath. But other than that, we have, you know, only a couple of other small towns that are within a day or two's travel from here. And
Can you show me on the map? Do you have maps here?
I'm sorry, I don't have a map. It's possible that
She could draw.
Rathmus might keep a map of the area.
I asked Gizmo, can you draw this? I just grab like a cup or something on the table and
You just testing out drawing skills.
You would like me to draw?
yes.
How do you want me to draw?
Draw what you see.
Draw what I
Oh, makes
Just-
us awesome.
just
Makes
this.
us like a caricature.
see. Okay.
Or just stick figure.
What would you want me to draw with?
Do you have something you could use?
Yeah, sure. Here's a quill and here's some paper.
There you go.
He like takes the quill and puts it down, and takes the paper and places it in front of him, and looks over, and on the ground he picks up a piece of rock, and moves over and begins like moving his hand over and over, but the rock is just kind of like tearing the paper.
Well,
This is how you want the cup.
As she's talking, I'm just trying to show him. I'll get the quill and I put it back in his robotic fingers, and I'm like, hold it like this, and then don't press too hard. This is how you do it.
Like 20 triangle, but
Like a kid, basically. I'm just saying.
He draws a very like a semicircle and then a straight rectangle connecting to it. Like he's only drawing straight shapes.
Basic shape.
It looks like a cup
you can't copy a map.
drawn by somebody.
That's what I was going. I was like, he could be our cartographer. No,
Yeah.
he can't.
Just squares.
Here's your pencil.
Here you go. He gives you back the paper that has like holes in it and stuff.
Okay, I will hold on to this. I will frame this. This is my first drawing from you, and I'll give the quill back to.
You write down your inventory.
Picture drawn by Gizmo.
Picture drawn by Gizmo, sure.
Yeah, so Freya's there, and she tells you that ever since you left, which now was quite some time now, the town has seen only like basically Freya and maybe the butcher in the town are probably the only ones who would still remember you. Like the kids have grown up, and the ones that knew you that you had sort of known, they are your age, and they probably wouldn't have remembered from their childhood the girl from so long ago that went missing. It would probably be like
I feel like I'm memorable.
it would be like one of those like scary stories that people tell over a campfire.
Yeah.
It would be one of those.
The girl who disappeared.
Right.
There are probably all kinds of, scary stories about how I went missing. Maybe I'm a bad person or
Is
something.
this story hit?
So,
All the stories are true.
so my father is not known to be dead then.
He is not known to be dead in this town.
But they do not get news here.
I don't.
This is what Callie says.
That is true. We don't get much word here. There's not too many traders or travelers.
Is there any, did he give any indication as to where he might have possibly been going? Was he trying to go back to Baradoroth by chance, or?
I tried to speak with him, but he was in a rage and wouldn't tell me in any clear sense of where he went. After Haven went missing and I watched over you for a couple of months, it was known to me that he went and tried to seek help at the Bastion of Alm, but he came back from there a couple of months afterwards and said that, well, he said he couldn't find any trace of her.
Was he going to continue his search?
I can only assume that, well, he loved you and your sister more than anything else, and it, well,
So do you have traders that come through here normally?
not normally, no. There are occasional hunters that come through on the season when they are looking for particular types of game, and they will bring us news from the outside, or if they will often bring things to trade. And that is
Do you recall anybody coming in around that time that it might have convinced my father of some news from up north or down by the coast that he might have possibly tried to follow up on?
Well, there was, every time someone would come in from the outside, he would take them aside after everyone in the town would greet him and see what they had to trade, but he would ask a very specific questions, and you didn't always have me around for it. I could just tell the conversation was very intense with whoever came into town.
Do you keep a log of your visitors?
No, we don't keep any logs. There are one or two that come quite frequently, but it's probably been 2 weeks since the last person passed through.
Okay.
I would say maybe once every 3 months we get a visitor from the outside.
So I'd tell the crew, I think that maybe after we go to Ithon, if we're planning on Ithon and making this whole delivery, then perhaps we can go back to the Bastion of Alms and see if there's any trace up there.
Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from Baradoroth.
So, Callie, who is Rathus?
But I grew up here for a small.
I'm sorry?
Who's
Where's where we are now.
Rathus?
We're here.
Ra-
Between Phillips and Crags and the hills. Copper Hills.
The guy in the back.
Oh, it's in the center of the map.
Oh, yes.
I'm not
Sorry. Yes, no, I was thinking about something else. Yes, no, Rathmus is our town wizard. He does his wizardy thing. We try to keep him well fed, and he in turn will help us with spells to help defend the town. But I would say he would probably be the only person to rely on, as he's the only one with any sort of books or parchment in the town.
Is this man, he is overweight?
Over
A
what?
fat wizard.
Oh,
man.
no, you saw him out in the front. He was, I wouldn't say he's overweight. I
Okay.
wouldn't say that he's gangly either. Well, once you have a hearty meal in you, you keep, you take care of yourself. If you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything. So, Yeah, Rathmus
Okay.
has
Okay.
the town wizard.
So I asked Freya, I tell her thank you for the meal, and I asked her if there's a way that we could stock up on supplies, if she's willing to like trade with us, if we can buy some of these.
Oh,
some
I won't
supplies.
charge you anything. No, I'll give you any provisions that you need. We have.
We're trying to get quite a few. You know, we are traveling, so we were
Right.
looking to get about a month's worth of rations if you have that available.
And for how many people?
For 5 people.
5. Yeah, that's no problem. I'll take care of it. Anything for Riven.
Well, thanks, Freya.
Is there a smith here?
That there is, but he mostly deals with horseshoes and plowshares and. Well, it's functional, you see. He's not a warsmith. He was brought to town and has a basic understanding of it all.
Ask Callie if she knows how to smith.
Of course, what dwarf wouldn't know how to smith?
Yes, I like you. I have something to show you outside if you follow me.
Oh, well.
Come, Gizmo.
Oh, I guess we're running away now, so
Where would I find Rathmus?
he's just so down this avenue, and you'll see a small cottage that has a garden in front, and that's Rathmus's house.
So I tell Freya that I don't know how I can repay her, other than if she doesn't want to take money. I said, well, I do have an interesting ship that I can take you aboard just to show you around, and I also happen to have a carpet that flies if you wanted to just go on a ride.
Well, I think it's just a pleasure to have you here. You probably don't know this, but I am quite afraid of heights. So,
No, I never heard that about you. Yeah.
well, you and your sister would always climb up to the highest trees, knowing that I wasn't going to climb up there after you, because there was that one time when I climbed up and you both had played a trick on me and weren't in the tree at all, and I was stuck up there for. It wasn't until Philip came to help get me out of the tree that I could get down. So. I try to keep my feet on the ground. So, I do appreciate the sentiment, though. It is just a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad that you are
It's
helping.
definitely a pleasure to see you again. I wish that my father were here, or that we had any kind of information about his whereabouts, but we will, if I see him or hear anything, then I will certainly find a way to let you know.
Please do.
Thank you so much. The end.
She goes back into the back area where probably her food stores are, and you could hear her begin putting things into a small hand wagon. She can probably cart it
Can
out.
I go behind the bar and pour myself a drink?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
What
Okay,
time
do
is it
that.
right now? It's still
It's probably getting probably another hour or so, about 4:30, 5-ish.
so that's plenty of time to go to Rathmus. Do you want to go?
Rathmus to see it. Okay, yeah,
Give
sure.
me at least a map because I don't know whatever.
You still look like Dadma?
Yep.
Let's go pay
Yes.
a visit.
Dadma,
Yes.
let's go. Yes.
So before they take off, I'm just gonna tell them to all take the supplies back up to the ship, and then are we staying the night here?
We should probably stay the night because we have been up for apparently 4 years.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'll take the supplies to the
the
ship.
ship.
Was that smart? It might not be smart. We put on load up in the morning instead, in case something happens. Whatever. I will take the supplies to the ship since I have my carpet. And then
You tried walking up. Wait, walk.
I will try to find a way to do that. No guarantees.
Yeah.
No guarantee. Yeah,
And then
so
come back and stay the night.
yeah, you make your way over towards to Rathmus's house, but you have stepped outside with
Callie.
Callie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to take her a ways where not I wouldn't think anyone would be looking. It's still pretty good daylight, like 3 or 4.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as I don't think she's around, or anyone's around, I take off Gizmo's cloak, but still have it like this. I'd be like, this is my friend Gizmo, and I want to make him strong. I want to
Yeah, with the spin the arms, I wouldn't say he's going to get very strong there.
There has to be something.
What are you? I am Modron. Gnome.
Dwarf. Close.
No, he's saying he's a gnome, remember?
Oh
Yeah.
no, you are more.
There is-
You are not no.
Which one? No.
I am.
I just ignore. Ignore. he is Gizmo. So
It's a strange little
was.
creature you have.
Yes, very, very strange. I was trying to maybe find a way to fasten armor to his shell, and
She goes
I
over
knock on his like.
Yeah, she reaches over and like touches it. Now what is that he has on him right now?
I ask Gizmo, what is your skin made of? What is your skeleton? This outer shell.
This is Modronite.
Modronite. Yes.
Dimitri's totally gonna kill him.
I tell Callie that.
Rip off
That's
his
what it
You've
is.
never heard of Modronite. If he is this part of you? This is me. Do you ever do
This is the
anything?
best part of the night is when he talks to himself.
Do you ever do anything about it? About your skin there? It is there. I have the skin. It is Modronite.
No. Fine.
Would you be willing to wear something on top of yourself? Yes, I can wear. I was wearing this cloak that he gave me.
Is this too heavy? This cloak I have.
It is not heavy.
We can try to put heavier garments and see if you're.
Everything that I have is meant for a person who looks like a. Well, look at him. He looks like he's walking on twigs there. He's got little twigs for arms. He's just.
Yes, I'm thinking that male may be too heavy. Maybe leather of some sort.
You are male. She is female.
Good job, Gizmo. If you're good now, maybe later I let you watch. But for now,
Oh, that's quite the proposition you have there. Now,
so I was thinking maybe you can help me modify some leather armor to fit his outer.
you want to put leather over something that's made of metal?
Well, I think his little legs they cannot hold.
So you want
the
like
plate.
little leather straps to go around his. I'm not a leather worker. I'm a cleric. I do work, the ore, but that's a dwarven tradition. That's not the. I don't have any classical training making or fastening boiled leather together or trying to do anything of the sort.
Maybe if you could make a modification to a hybrid armor, leather with metal plating on it as well, but to lessen weight. I will make leather. You maybe help me with the outer shell.
So she looks at you for a moment, and she says, "This is really all that you wanted to talk to me about."
You said that you help people in need, and I need you right now.
She kind of like huffs and then turns around and walks away from you.
Wow, you blew it. You blew it.
I just laugh and I bring Gizmo close to me and I'm like, let's go, my friend.
Okay, we will go. Now, we will go.
I just start walking back to the ship.
Sure. You walk back over the ship and you see Freya and Riven pulling this hand cart of provisions over towards it, and they get to where it is.
Where's the ladder?
The ladder's pulled up,
Oh, okay.
but Riven has her carpet, so she can fly the
Little help.
Nah.
Up the ladder at least. I can get up.
Once
to
I
the
get
ship.
up, I will.
Okay, thank you.
You fly up. It would probably take you 3 trips to get all of the food up to the top.
Okay.
So Freya
Okay,
watches
maybe
you
this
like
time. Maybe this time you get the ladder.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
okay,
I
maybe
meant
you
to do
forget.
that. I meant.
Maybe this time.
Hands are full.
Don't forget.
Yeah. Okay, I won't forget this time.
Freya kind of watches in like wide-eyed wonder as you just magically fly up towards this massive ship. Just kind of like shakes her head like, I'm never going to see anything like this ever again. And you get up after the 3rd time and you have all of the food on deck. And Demitri is below.
Hello, I am still here. Where is the ladder?
So I holler down. Yep, I'm gonna throw it down now. I don't.
Hello, I'll just keep bugging her. Hello.
And a few minutes later, oh, okay, I'm getting it.
It's done.
So I do throw it over, but only like a third of the ladder.
You know,
That's
Oh, that's fine. I'll chuck Gizmo up to grab a hold of it. Does he need to roll for something?
make strength check
What?
to
For
throw
him?
To throw him.
Not
Oh. You don't feel too high.
I throw him all the way
He
to the
gets
top.
on top of the deck. Yeah, you take him in your hand and just and you see Gizmo just and just like lands and rolls kind of on the side. He gets up.
Gizmo,
I do
throw
not-
me the ladder.
The ladder is down. It is over the side.
All the way. I can't reach it.
He goes over and you see it just like go all the way down. So you find your way to Rathnis's house.
All right.
And as soon as you get to where the garden area is, you see amongst the plants different, it's not like normal looking like carrots or cabbages or corn or anything. It looks like some type of like rare types of plants that are probably used for you would have to roll a medicine
Nature
check.
check or
Or
medicine
natives.
check. 17 plus. Sure, it's like 4.
Hey, I'm actually gonna tell Gizmo to chill in the cells. Sorry to hijack that. And go back down and try to look for what's her face again.
Sure. He goes below deck.
19.
19, okay, yeah. So these are different plants that are used in like rare ritual casting.
But you don't know the rituals.
No, I don't think I ever used like a plant in a ritual casting yet.
No, you have not.
Alright, well, let's knock on the door and see what's up.
Yeah, you go over to the door and a familiar sounds as you get near, and this flying monkey appears in the air next to you and says, "Welcome back."
There we go.
Welcome back.
Yeah, you left for a long time.
Oh, okay. It's you again.
I hear it too, or just
Yeah, you're there with.
okay?
Rhizon is roll.
So,
Yeah. You like stole
What's
his. You stole his.
Where's Rolo's books?
Are we? Is this Rolo's house or something? What?
What? No, I've never. I don't even know where this is. Where are Rolo's books?
I have him here with me. Do you want him back?
Yes, I do.
I was wondering if I could.
Get your blood back, dude. I'm gonna meta that.
I'm not done copying one of the spells.
Not to, now listen, it has been several years since you took those books. You have no need for the books anymore. I don't need to hear any
You
more
haven't
excuses.
casted a spell for 4 years?
Wait, what?
I'm not going to hear any further excuses from you. I know that you cast a spell on me the last time that we spoke, and that is why I let you go.
So, yeah, it hasn't been 4 years for me. It's been like a day for me. I took a trip through the astral sea, so it hasn't been 4 years for me.
So, sorry. That's part of the deal.
No, the deal is you are supposed to give these back now, or I will be forced to try and bring Rolo here somehow.
Okay, you can bring Rollo here.
He is quite angry, mind you.
How could he come here without a spell book? It doesn't make
No,
sense.
he didn't make a new one.
Oh, he probably made a new one after like the
Yeah.
first year.
But it's all vengeful spells. So
Yeah.
All about him.
Yeah.
With his blood.
How to track people down and kill
He
them.
started using blood magic.
Yeah. He has 4 years to learn, so.
Think we should kill this thing?
No, she should
It's
not.
not gonna work out.
And what is this
Oh,
thing?
it's only you two
Maybe,
though.
yeah.
If I was there, do I run into them searching for what's her face?
Got it.
No, they're doing this while you were
doing
trying to
the-
get
Ah,
on
dang.
deck.
So, we probably should not. What is this thing? What
It's Rolo's familiar.
did
It
you
tracked me down because I borrowed a few books from him.
What do you mean borrow?
Uh,
I thought he gave it to you.
no, I borrowed them for a drop of my blood. So either I'm just gonna cast suggestion on him again.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So look, familiar. It's imperative that I copy down the spell and then you give me just an extra half a day just to copy them down. And actually, I'll give back the Book of Secrets and the drug book back to you. But it's a spell magic. But I would like to hold on to that just for half a day longer.
His eyes kind of glaze over for a second. You can have one more day, but I'll be back.
Okay. Cool. Great. Thank you very much.
How's Rolo been?
He's as annoying as a master as ever.
Anything
Does
happening
the
for you?
familiar know that that's Martha?
You don't know.
Huh.
Anyways, if I'm going to let you have this, I need a drop of her blood as well.
I don't think she's gonna let you do that.
Why would you need a drop of? I'm not the one borrowing the book.
All right, I just thought I'd try. And he just disappears out of the
All right.
So you.
All right.
And
Awesome.
I rolled with advantage and failed miserably
Dang.
for
All
my
right.
saving throw. So, yeah. For whatever reason, you can now, you feel like you're probably able to be tracked down now that you're back on the prime material plane.
Yeah. We gotta go back to the astral sea.
It's the only way this is going to work.
7 more years.
You go over to the door again, and there's a cat that's kind of like sitting in a windowsill that's watching you, and its tail is just kind of like swaying lazily. And
Small cat or like
Sunken.
a 6 foot.
no, like a small house cat.
Just a regular house cat?
It looks like a regular house cat.
Any magical?
Well, as you're getting close to the house, it feels you get that like same familiar sensation that there's a magic like aura permeating from the area.
Oh, well, that's a given, I guess.
I'm not gonna.
Right? You knock on the door, and from the inside comes an
Hello?
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 Alright. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on.
Do you need help?
No!
come in and help you?
Don't open the door!
Alright, fine.
Okay, open the door! Okay, open the door!
Alright, we're opening the door.
Alright, so you open the door, and there on the inside, there is a man probably in his 50s, and he has like a scraggly beard growing off his face, and this kind of has like salt and pepper, gray and black hair mixed in there, and there in front of him is like a bookshelf that has fallen over and is on top of him, and he's trying to push it off of him, but he's not able to get it off of him.
Alright, well, I guess let's help him get this bookshelf off, man.
After he helps you.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just kidding. I'm just
okay.
kidding. I don't wanna mess.
So don't touch it. Grab one of those sticks on the side and push. Okay, just grab. And you see, there's like a few staves that look like walking sticks up against the wall. Just grab that, and you'll want to push just towards the middle. Just try and angle it away.
We tried.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried.
Okay, you take the sticks, move them over, and begin pushing them. And as soon as they touch the surface, there's the kind of like this sticky morass that kind of goes over the tops of the sticks, and you push, and there's this kind of like a sucking sound, like as it's being like whatever it's
mousetrap?
there on the ground, more like
Glue trap?
like we're moving tentacles that are holding on to something. Like you push that, and there's like as it unsnaps away, and weirded out by it. Like as soon as you push over, you see that the wizard is there and has in front of him like this small cylindrical rod there, and it's open in the mouth of this creature where there's all of these teeth that looks like it was trying to chomp down on him.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Okay. Now, thank you. I'm going to try and crawl out from under it. I need you to be ready in case it tries to move. To push it away as far and as fast as you can. Okay.
Alright, we're ready.
Okay. Go ahead and make two. Well, you make strength checks. I'm going to make a dexterity.
Do we know that we're
No.
there? Yeah.
You guys are on the other shift.
6.
Oh wow.
6.
So I rolled a 6 too.
They're like, and then it just eats all of them.
So he very quickly tries to like scoot away, but there's part of his robe gets caught in some type of like slime that's not there on the ground, and he's having a hard time of it. And as soon as he moves that metal rod away, the mouth clamps down over his hand and begins biting down. And okay. He just takes out like a small like metal stick in his other hand and just starts hitting the top of it repeatedly. What are you guys doing?
Then we're just swinging a sword at it.
You have a sword that you can swing at it? Alright, I mean, you're gonna
Light sort of sharpness.
Nice.
Oh, chop it up. Roll that.
Go ahead and make an attack roll on the creature.
I'm totally gonna miss.
You're gonna chop his arm off.
Oh
That should be alright.
15.
15 is a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
That would be hilarious if we chopped that dude's hand off
no.
through.
Well, it's probably gonna be like
Through
somebody
the
really
flesh.
important to him.
Do I get sneak attack?
What, his hand? Oh,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
Is that you, kills?
Yeah.
Schmoes. I'll kill you. What's his other only good hand since he chopped off his other one? Like, fire.
You lead on me?
So it is 4.
4. Okay, yeah. So
Makes me
you do 4 damage. Like this, the sword like kind of sticks to it as you hit it. But because of its like keen edge, you're able to pull it very quickly away before it gets stuck to the thing. But the mouth of the creature opens wide enough just for him to, okay, all right, and he scoots that way. His robe kind of tears as he goes and pulls away from it, and he stands up next to it and grabs a rag that's on the ground and like winds it around his arm. And the creature that's there still has a metal rod in its mouth, and it's attempting to dislodge it. But this large bookshelf that is there appears to be a large mimic. That is bookshelf-shaped mimic. And he takes his other hand and pulls a component out of it and throws this dust at the top of the mimic, and the mimic kind of becomes
Dormant?
it kind of like shrivels a little under the, like, you know, when you pour like salt on a slug, it kind of starts foaming like that. And it begins backing away, going over towards the wall. That's right, don't do it again. I am not food. Shouts at this bookshelf.
Is that a pet of yours? What are you doing with the mimic?
It's, you know, you try to help a creature out, and this is the thanks you get. That's...
I mean,
It's an evil creature, I mean,
yeah.
not really supposed to be tamed.
evil, I mean, it's its nature. It just wants to eat, and it needs to be fed. And unfortunately, I have been gone all day, and when I come home and it's hungry, it will, try and disguise itself as something in my home, and then do this. This is the result of that. So it's an adventure to get out. Well, thank you, thank you, gentlemen, for your help.
No problem.
It's perfect. No, we're actually looking for you.
Well, I'm so glad that you were. That would have not been a very pleasant experience, I would say the least. So, what exactly can I do for you, gentlemen?
Callie said you might be able to provide us with a map. You might be the only one in this area who have a map.
Callie said that.
Yes.
Well, I have a basic idea of the area around. You were flying that large thing up in the sky. You can probably tell me a little bit better about what the surrounding area has. Or are you looking for something more all-encompassing?
Oh, it's all-encompassing, kind of just a general area of which direction you should go, that kind of, it's like rough landmarks.
Well, what is it worth to you for a map of this type of thing?
Yeah. What is work? We kind of just saved you, and
Well, I would have been able to get away from...
kind of very unlikely. We kind of were. It was kind of pressing on you,
and now,
and we had to.
Lisa is like that some days, but other days she's not. So I can assure you I can handle myself.
I don't know. We had to call for help.
I was handling the situation when you arrived.
We did, and then we asked you to come in to help.
Well, I suppose, I mean, you were there. I would not turn down help. That's there at the door. I thought you might have been delivering a letter.
Yeah.
But
A letter that happened to help you from your circumstance.
yes, of course. But okay, so I have a map. All right, was from when I was training in the academy, but it is something that is, it's a relic from my past life, and I would like to keep it.
It is a past life, but you're here. You're here with Sally?
Well, it has certain sentimental value to me. Okay, I will say that.
But I think your life is actually more sentimental than the actual item.
Right. You are a shrewd bargainer, sir. I'll let it go for 200 gold pieces.
200? Oh, that's kind of, I don't know, your life is kind of, so your life is 200?
Well, my life is much less than 200, I can assure you
Also,
that.
so it should be less than, right? Since your life is less than 200.
Oh, and I'm just telling you what the object is worth that you are trying to purchase.
I think your life is, so you're saying your life is less than 200. We saved your life, so that should at least subtract from the whole price.
Go ahead and roll persuasion check.
No!
Natural
20.
30.
Look, it's on the table over there, but it's... Alright, hold on. And he gets over and moves over to where there's a small box. Just give me a moment. Opens the box, pulls out a small vial that you recognize as probably a potion of healing, uncorks it and drinks it, and then... Oh! Must be the end of the 10 day if this is going to be happening. Okay, so, alright. Just give me a moment. This is hard to let go. Reaches over and pulls out a bookshelf a drawer. He pulls open a drawer, and inside the drawer there's just a bunch of like rolled up scrolls. He pulls them open.
Is there any that looks good in here?
Puts it down.
I don't know.
He goes through probably 15 like rolled scrolls, and by the time he pulls the last one open, it's this kind of like very aged piece of parchment that is very yellowed and is starting to brown even. And he opens it up. Yes, this is it.
Thank you. And now we can actually start business. After this transaction, right?
That wasn't your... Okay, what is it? What can I help you with?
What do you have to offer?
What do I have to offer?
Yes, what do you have to offer?
Anything of value you have for sale?
So he hands you this map. But, well, yes, I do have a couple of potions of healing left. But I mean, what specifically are you looking to buy?
We're planning on a kind of long journey, and we just need stuff that might be for our protection.
I don't think I have anything that might provide you with protection. I do have certain ways of gathering information if you would like me to track something down for you.
How do you evade being tracked down?
How do I evade being tracked down? Now that is a good question. There are certain magical devices that I have heard can hide a wearer from scrying eyes.
To put it in context for you, the familiar took a drop of my blood and can track me down anywhere around the world. How do I avoid that?
So the problem there is you gave a devil your blood, and no, I wouldn't even pretend to know the dealings of devils, but I do know that once they have a piece of you, it's very difficult to take that away, unless you're able to get what you gave to said devil back in its original format. So you gave a drop of blood. It has that drop of blood somewhere. And if you are able to get that drop of blood back, then it's no longer able to use it. It's a form of binding contract, and the devils are all about contract law, and it's possible you could even make a deal to get it back, and they'll be amiable about doing such a thing if you have something to offer in trade.
So no ways to cancel that contract.
Well, I can only say the only thing short of making a contract with the devil or trying to get the job back yourself would be to travel to, the Nine Hells and finding whoever's in charge of the devil that has your drop of blood, and then convincing them that it's not in their best interest that their minions have your
20
blood.
minutes later, and then, if that doesn't work,
Alright, well never mind then.
So
Never mind, you don't hate it very well then.
is there any information you can tell us that happened within the last 4 years?
Within the last, don't know if you know this, but this town is exceptionally small. It's has limited ways and news of the outside world. I could. There was the 2-year war, and there was, of course, the King Thuheath had passed away, leaving no successors. So now, currently, what we have is, well, we have the.
That's a different timeline.
We have Lord Creighton is now the king and is trying to deal and pull up the vacancy that has been left in the wake.
This is where we came.
I think it is.
But
I think it is
after
also, it's 4 years later, that's all.
It's 4 years later.
some say
Went
that
to war?
King Thuheath went mad and
Did he
his
die? He's trying to take over?
But 2 years, I'm pretty sure had a heir.
Not at the
There was a
time.
prince. Huh?
Maybe changed on. We don't know.
well, during the war, of course, there were many casualties.
Well, never mind then.
What do you think? We can get those potions. How much are those potions are?
Yeah, you already took a map from me, so.
I see these ritual plants you need for, what do you use these plants for? Maybe look
I
for
use
special
these-
material?
I use these plans to help gather information and to track people down and find out what information that I can from the outside world.
No, how does that work?
Well, wouldn't you like to know, Mr. Cohort with the Devils? Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Well, the majority of it is cohorting with devils and creatures from other planes of existence. They have quite the ability to track down some information if you're looking for it.
So how many potions do you have?
Well, I have 3 greater potions of healing.
How much for all 3 of them?
For all 3 of them, I give you 1,000 gold pieces.
That is too steep.
How much do you know about the Astral Sea?
How much do I know about the Astral Sea? Why would the Astral Sea interest me? That's the real question.
How much for the Astral Sea, but how for some special specimens that we got from the Astral Sea?
Specimens like what?
Like Get Yankee?
I wouldn't have any need for this type of creature. Like what?
You're just dead body.
What am I going to do with a member of a person who lives in the Astral Sea,
It's
dead or otherwise?
For information, research. You say you like gathering research, right?
No, I like gathering information.
Information about an unknown creature, mostly.
The problem there is that the creatures and the denizens that I deal with already know about these because they are able to fly into the Astral Sea. Really, it's just glue. It's like saying, would you like to know about glue? No. I have no interest in glue.
Would location where the plane meets the Astral Sea?
Now, that would be interesting. There are different places where it has been rumored that they exist. But I would need to confirm it before making such an arrangement if you are trying to sell this as collateral for the one potion, the greater healing potion.
That's all 3 potions.
Well, the information of this sort would only be worth 1 of my potions.
No, it's a pretty big portal. You can move a lot of stuff through.
I'm certain that it could, but this again would only be worth probably only 1 of my greater healing potions.
Oh no.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's going through puberty, so a little moody.
This is just the sound of my voice, okay?
Well, I guess you could find us if you need the information.
If I need information, I'll get it from my reliable sources. Thank you very much.
Dang, he's rude, man. He's bitter that you took his map.
Take his map and get it. Hell out of here.
Yeah, you got the map here, so.
Alright, thanks.
Thank you for your help.
Thanks for nothing, man.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah.
You should cast Fireball at his house.
You can't make
Is there anything of value in the meeting area? I mean, in his house that I can swipe?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
12.
There are some curious looking items that are on a shelf near the door. They might have some value to them. It's hard to say. There's a figurine of, there's like a glass figurine of a bird. There is a carved, what looks like a flute that's just near the door.
Why would use an unseen servant to take some of this stuff?
it would just be floating by itself. It doesn't
I just
go.
have food.
It doesn't make what it's touching disappear. It just so.
Anyway, we made money. I was getting on that, so we didn't have to pay anything.
I'm gonna be like, hey, look over there. I'm gonna try to take the,
Roll a deception check.
The good old, hey, look over there.
11.
11. There's nothing over there. You can go now. Thank you very much. He doesn't even look in the other direction. He's just staring at you both, waiting for you to leave.
Just come on.
Alright, see you. Okay. Alright,
You're
goodbye.
one bad decision.
Fireball.
Yeah,
Oh my god, your house is on fire. Look at it.
You leave the room with a map that has more information than what you had remembered of the continent of New Ledza.
What time of day is it right now?
It is now. It's probably 6:37. The sun is setting right now.
So we should probably be heading back towards, like, while that was happening, we have finished up on the ship, so at least I am heading back with Freya to go and try to get a room wherever we can go.
And we're still looking for Callie.
Yeah, if I wasn't able to find her by now, I'd just go back to the ship.
There is a small building of worship. There's it's not a temple per se of Ilnator. It's like a small chapel to Ilnator. And there is a house.
It's like sort of like the size of a small closet with a little shrine.
No, it's probably one of the larger buildings in town.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's made of stone, and
Impressive.
there are rows of pews, and at the front of the chapel there is the hands bound at the wrist with a red cord. There's like a statue of hands there, and they've got red rope binding them there at the front of the chapel. There's also there is glass letting light shine in from both sides of the building, and glass, and kind of this setting is a rarity, so they spent whatever money or resources they could in order to get glass on this building for rifles.
Super unimpressed. Don't really care for temples at all.
Everyone doesn't like it.
Especially of like anyone really, but so I guess, is there doors on it, I assume, or is
There
it
are,
just
yeah, there are heavy wooden doors.
I just knock fireball. I just knock on the door and see if she's there and
Yeah, so
stand by.
Callie opens the door slightly. Oh, you've come to pay your respects to Ilnator then, huh?
I was actually looking for you you didn't give me a chance to tell you what I previously was going to was
I didn't say you gave me a chance to tell me. That's and
a missed opportunity. That's all I've got to say. What can I do for you, lass?
Wait,
I
you're
was-
there?
Yeah. We met up on the way back from the ship, apparently.
Are you with this dwarf then?
Wait, I'm confused.
It depends on if
Okay.
he's looking for a room or not, because I am preferably one not with him in it.
Oh, well, I don't. I think then that you've got the right head on your shoulders there, lass.
Do you guys have beds here to like sleep on, or is there like a hotel?
I certainly, if you talk to Freya, she can make accommodations for you.
Okay. I don't know why Freya wouldn't have already told me that.
Did you not ask her?
Thought I did. Maybe I didn't.
Wait,
Maybe in
did
my
you
head.
drop her off or
Yeah, she just dropped the food off,
you
waited
just
for it to be gone, and
aimlessly
walked back.
wandered around? Or? I'm so confused.
Must
It's not
have been
important.
you
It's not important.
on the way back. So, okay. I guess I'll go back to Freya then. It might be a little awkward because we just said goodbye. Would it be possible for me to not go back to?
Yeah, they thought she thought you were asleep on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, she's all like, yeah, you're good to go. I'm like, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, so you get back to Freya's tavern, and there are now a few people who look like they're probably like trappers or people who go out in the woods and hunt things, and they are sitting at one of the tables. There are 5 men who are sitting there, and she is there and is bringing more food out to the table, and the food looks more like a soup that she's probably prepared in the time that since you left and have come by. Oh, you're back. Well, I'm sorry, I only have soup right now and drinks if you'd like.
No, I failed to ask you earlier if there was a place for us to bed down.
Of course, all 5 of you?
Yes.
Very well. Yes, you can sleep upstairs. We have enough. Would you like? Well, so we don't have enough for all of you to have your own room, but there are 3 rooms that you can be in, and they each have 2 beds in them.
I will take my own.
Very well. And again, for you, it's on the house.
Well, thank you so much.
For all of us?
No.
From Riven.
I tell her thank you, but really, she's already done plenty, and I'll pay for it.
Okay. So it's going to be 1 silver for the night.
I'll give her a gold.
Oh, all right. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very generous. She takes gold. Would you like me to draw a bath for you, or?
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, please.
I'll have hot water prepared, and it should be done in about 2 hours.
And I don't know exactly where 2 of my friends are.
No, actually, I'm not with her. Like after the temple, I walked back to the ship.
So I'll need to. I don't know where Benjen is and all this, but I'll need to send word to get my friends. If that's possible.
So as you say that, Benjen comes out from the kitchen area and says, all right, so we've got the delightful soup for all of you here. I'll just place this here on the table for you. And
Hey, Benjen.
He's been cooking the whole time.
You good, buddy?
well, yes, everything's going very well. Thank you.
Okay, as long as you're happy, man. We're gonna stay here tonight, so go ahead and cook yourself up a little party.
I'll do that. I will make sure to do that.
I think we should be walking that in. We just assumed that we're sleeping.
Are we headed there? Or?
Yeah, you make your way back. It's not very bad. You're just
I
going
want to try and figure out how to shoot the weapons on the ship.
Okay, so you're there with Gizmo
Oh my gosh.
on the ship.
Gizmo, I have returned.
Welcome back,
This is not gonna go well.
Demitri.
Should be fine.
I had seen Evendur touch the console downstairs to fire the gun. I want to see if we can figure that out.
You would like to fire the weapons.
Yes, of course.
Good luck.
What do you mean, good luck? We are going. I need
Oh,
your help.
I thought that was an expression that we used.
Oh, yeah, sure. But only when you're not included, but you are in this case. Let's go.
Right. So we are good luck.
Yes. We are good luck. Exactly.
Then we.
Oh, grab that body. We're going to need it downstairs.
The body's already done.
Fuck this stuff.
All the way at the bottom? Oh, okay.
I hit it in the crossover.
She don't want to.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you go down, you find the body there, and you move to where the control room is.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Just.
He's gonna get us all.
I'm just gonna do what I seen Martha do, stick the arm inside the hole of the corpse, and I'll tell,
She was doing it with unseen servant, but you're actually placing your hand on that,
my hand on his hand.
like moving it, touching the body, and putting it in there, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have magic.
I never physically touched it. So.
Yeah.
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 So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Dang.
No good, no good.
Dimitri's knocked out.
Yeah.
Wake me up later. You said a saving throw?
Yes.
12.
Okay, you take 5 lightning damage
Ooh.
as the arm goes inside it, and that you hear the thing charging up, and then the symbols all kind of light up, and then 2 of them remain lit up as the entire panel just like this arc of lightning goes across it and jolts you as you're holding the body that has its arm in the slot.
I have a lot of hit.
Is it working? Did it fire?
No, not yet. We have to keep trying. When I do this, you stand there and think about firing the.
Okay, I'm thinking about it.
I'm just glad they don't know how to use it.
Go ahead and pick a dexterity saving throw.
Again.
It's not good. 11.
You take 9 points of lightning damage as again an
Damn,
arc of
9?
electricity goes across
14 points of damage, alright.
the surface.
14 total?
Do you think that it's firing? Should I go up top and see if it fired?
No, not yet. We would hear it. Let me try again.
I heard something.
Yes, it's me getting shot. It's not fun.
It is. The fire smells sweat.
16.
Alright, you take 5 points of lightning damage.
Holy smokes.
I'm thinking and I'm thinking, but I don't see anything happening with.
Alright, how about you touch these buttons when they glow?
What? Okay.
Gizmo's gonna die, man. He doesn't have a lot of hit points.
I need to roll. Alright, so
you're gonna
both of us are going to roll a dexterity saving throw now.
19.
Bye,
19 so far.
Nice knowing you, Gizmo.
Dimitri.
Ooh, I got a nat 1. Am I knocked out?
You take 9 points of lightning damage,
Oh my gosh.
and so does Gizmo.
Oh, no.
Oh dang, how much hit points is
You only
is
got
Gizmo still
I
up?
had like 3, I think.
Gizmo. I touched it, but I don't know if it worked.
Ah. Hey, is there
Is it like that every time you touch it?
yes, it hurts, right?
That was not a pleasant
Follow
experience.
me, and then I take him to the, where do the physical weapons, where are
They're
they
up on the
located?
front, so there's one on this side, one in the front, and then one on that side. And then
Yeah, we're gonna go inspect
To
them.
the hotel, and they're shocking themselves. Holy shit.
We're gonna go inspect them.
okay, go ahead and make an investigation check or arcana check.
Dimitri's talking about the element.
Just me or me and him?
I'll roll for Gizmo.
Oh, not very good. Hold on. I think I got a
Why is
10.
wrong with you?
Hold on. Nope, so I got a 7.
I think if I push this button, and he's just like tapping on it, nothing is working.
Just give it up, man.
We'll keep trying.
These are circles. Do you want to try to touch the thing again with the symbols?
No. I have a little bit burns. I need to.
Should we take the body out of the hole that we put it in? We just left it there. Its arm is in there and its body's kind of like slumped over the side, but
No, it's fine. It's no problem. No one's going to need it, so it's fine there.
Very well. Well,
Oh, actually, we can dispose of the body. We need something to do. So bring your triangles. We need them.
where will we put the body?
That doesn't matter. It will be in small pieces. And I take out my big sword. And I'm like, come on, let's go downstairs.
This is all our money that they have.
So, you spend your evening doing some things,
Dexter.
and oh Christ, and everybody else finds their way to the inn where Freya says that Riven has taken care of the rooms for everybody,
Oh, such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Riven.
and that she's drawing up a bath, singular.
One bath. Who gets firsties?
Yeah.
Who gets
You
lasties?
don't want to be the guys in there last, that's for sure.
So, I'm gonna write in the Book of Secrets. Show me the spell for Phantom Steed.
Phantom Steed. That's
Yeah.
dope, man. That's
What happened?
That's
What is
that's
it?
a ritual spell.
So the
I think it's out of your
book,
No, it's not
What?
Yeah.
like ink comes to life on the page, and it shows you the actual like a horse just appear out of nowhere next to a wizard, and then he gets on top of it and then rides away in the ink drum.
Show
Damn.
me the incantation for Phantom Steed.
And nothing happens when you write the question.
How worthless are you?
Am I not saying the right thing?
Probably not. It sounds like it's like
very
it's like a genie, one of those things where a genie wish. You need
The right
it.
words.
Yeah, you need to have like every loophole covered, or it's gonna find a loophole and not give you what you asked for. So when I hack up the bottom, I'm gonna see how much hit points I have. I have 20 hit points left. I'll try again.
If you hack it, there's no arm.
Yeah, I chopped the arm off at the joint.
There's
Just
already-
left it in the hole.
Try the second arm, there's already an arm in there.
Sure, I don't care. Shove another arm in there.
I'm gonna try again. What I asked in the book, what are the components? What are the verbal and somatic components for the third level
Oh,
illusion? Phantom Steed.
dang. Now you're... See, bro? That's what I'm talking about.
You can
That's
write
like a genie.
write the question in there, and
Error.
a response comes
404
back
error.
that says,
Does
"This
not-
is not a collection of spells."
You were worthless to me, right?
That's not a question. He puts a statement. You are worthless to me.
I guess that's your opinion.
What can you do?
And then it lists everything again.
Table of like contents.
I hate you! Question mark.
Among the table of contents, you don't see that there's any ones that are like how like the components of the spell or how to cast or anything. It's mostly like a tome of information.
You shock yourself again?
Then I'll-
Shock myself again.
Then I'll ask, how do you,
5 damage.
Oh, try again.
show me on the,
But this time I'm gonna stand and think about it like, I think.
No, I think it's a little
show me everything you know about flying an airship
Stand in the thing.
in
The
atmosphere.
panel's on the side.
Sure. So
Yeah, but the arms are already inside. I'll just stand on the platform this time.
it gives a brief description
I'm at
of
like 16 hit points.
like how you can
I'm like, my
use
skin's
air
burned.
currents to move faster, and if you move above the height of a mountain, then you normally will hit higher speeds of wind. So you deduce that the speed of the wind is basically how you are going to be determining how fast you're going to be going.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we don't really know that's not apparent to us?
It doesn't have any, like, it looks like the information that it's giving you is something that was from this world, which it might not, it doesn't have any information as far as flying in the astral sea. It doesn't have anything where it says that anything is powered by thought or anything like that. It looks like it's very particular physical things that people have to do that are similar to sailing a ship, and it's giving you information that you think has to do with airships that were created here, not anywhere else.
Alright, well, I'm going to let you guys know that this book can answer questions for you guys, so use it at your discretion.
We have 6 more hours till that he comes back for it.
No, we got more. We got an entire day.
He's not there.
No, he
No, I'm
jumped
not
in, he
there.
jumped in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Console,
right, so-
Yeah,
Benjen,
I'm trying to console this last
Where,
time.
Evendur stand, so I control the ship.
Hey, Evendur's in the...
No, where he would stand to control the ship.
Yes,
Like a circle.
He just
But you're
rolls
not,
damage
but
anyways.
you're not touching the panel anymore.
No,
Yeah, nothing's happening.
even just like trying to think about flying or. I assume that it's
Roll
like the astral
an
sea.
arcane check with disadvantage, unless you're trained in arcane.
I
don't think they
believe
go
so.
How many hit points do you have left?
Like 15.
Yeah, something like that. Disadvantage? It's already pretty low.
You can go lower.
Hold on. Nope, just 9.
9. Yeah, you stand there, you close your eyes, you're thinking about it, but nothing is happening. Wait, it looks like what Evendur was doing, because when you would watch him, it didn't look like he was doing anything. He was just standing there with his eyes closed. But you like open your eye, look around.
I'll leave the hacked up remains in there and close the door.
Inside the control panel.
Be like, come on, Gizmo, let's go rest.
Very well, I will power down.
Actually, no, I will attempt to take the ship up like 20 feet.
Easy enough.
How?
When you push down on the
Yeah.
lever, the ship begins raising up.
Maybe a little more. Maybe 6.
As you do that, like the sun has completely set, and the evening is going underway, and Freya's a gracious host. She brings out enough drinks and food for everybody.
I want to stress eat also.
Kelly does not show up in the evening, and
Well, she couldn't get up the ship anyway.
He's staying on the ship.
oh right,
Yeah.
that's right. So
Just digging into the rations, and I'm just like, just fat and just crying, bleeding from the shock wounds, and I'm just like, don't judge me, Gizmo.
I don't know what that is, and
I just throw bronze coins at him. You eat with me.
the evening is going underway. The sun is completely set, and the dark begins rising up, and you hear the distant sound of a bell begin to chime in the town. And that is where we will end this evening.